WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hump Day! Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash here on this Wednesday. Evan's wonderful week off continues. Shaun Morash, Tiki Barber, Paulie Rosenberg across the way. Have you the next 4 hours until the Carton Show. Craig and C-Mac comes your way, and plenty to get into in terms of the Giants bringing in a former first-round corner with a checkered current situation in for a look-see. Why can't a Mets announcer say Chris McMonagle's name correct? Plenty to react to from Jet Camp at the Carton Show yesterday, or Carton Show at the Jet Camp. But we begin today, Tiki, with a Yankee win and something coming down the pike. 4 runs, all scored in the 7th inning. But listen, in today's baseball, if the Yankees have that pitching, when we talk about offensive struggles, I don't know what the magic number is per game, and I know it all came in 1 inning, but you score 4 runs with this offense, more times than not with this pitching, it should be enough, and it certainly was last night for the Yankees, who continue to kind of trend back upward here.
I think we need to start making a rule.
All right.
New rule.
New rule, who this?
Well, we have to stop complaining about the Yankees not hitting.
Yeah.
Because this is their reality for this. Until Aaron Judge and Stanton and Bellinger and those reinforcements come back up, we have to stop complaining about them not scoring runs. Because as this game went on, my thought was the same as it's been for the last month and a half, that they're going to blow and lose this game because they suck at the dish. They can't figure out how to manufacture hits. They're not hitting home runs at the rate that they used to. And I wanted to get mad. But then I remember what I said yesterday. Maybe this is just a different team. This is a team that is relying on great pitching, and they're relying on clutch hitting when it matters most. And so you just asked, Shaun, what is the number that the Yankees need to get to every game? To me, it's 3.
Okay, so they passed your number.
I'm starting to have faith that this Yankee rotation and bullpen, even though they are increasingly being taxed, that they need to at least keep the opponent under 3 runs. And if they do that, then they're going to win the game. If the opponent scores 4, we're screwed.
I'm with you.
That's the game I'm playing with myself every single Yankee game. Just whoever it is, Ryan Weathers, Schlittler, Cole, whoever is on the mound, Fried, keep them under 4 runs, and we have a chance to win. That's got to be the new reality for the Yankees, because that is the reality for the Yankees.
Well, yeah, and you look back at past playoff performances by the Yankees and the opponents, and the truth is there's a lot of playoff games that teams, you're just not scoring 5 or more runs anyway. So as struggling as this might be, in the end, if you have nights like that last night where, listen, you just kind of grind away, get the starting pitcher out, and take advantage of the bullpen. And, oh, by the way, not rely on the home run last night because that was a big inning, jump-started by Luis Garcia leading off with the double. They batted around. I guess my question would be, Tiki, with all the complaints about the offense, in the end, when you win a game like last night, and if you don't watch the game, you just kind of see the final score, 4-1. That looks good.
That's comfortable.
Are you more frustrated?
It wasn't comfortable.
No, it wasn't. But to me, maybe this is me progressing mentally and kind of dealing with the realities of the Yankee team. I'm fine scoring 4 runs and winning games. The question is, does it make a difference if it's all bunched in one outburst inning, or would you rather see, hey, they scored 2 runs in the 3rd, they tacked on 1 in the 5th, they added another in the 7th?
I would rather it be more spread out.
Okay.
More, all right, you got to hit, you threaten, you got guys in runners in scoring position, and you found a way to get 1 in the 2nd.
Yeah.
You got another one in the 4th, and you hit 2 home runs in the 8th, whatever. And so you feel like at least you're not going to get shut out for watching this game through 6 innings. You're thinking, dude, they're going to get shut out.
Yeah. And when Arena hits the homer, you're like, here we go. It's going to be another
porch in right field. He goes with it, takes it out of the ballpark, and it's like they're going to lose this game 1-0. Ryan Weathers actually put on a pretty good performance.
He's been great.
Yeah. Pretty good performance. And he gives up 1 bad home run. Not even bad. It was just whatever. It was a home run. And he's going to lose the game. Now they found a way, and they did good enough. Trent Grisham was good, obviously. Ryan McMahon again. He had another big RBI hit. So like it worked out, but I gotta stop making myself angry.
Yeah,
and Yankee fans need to stop making ourselves angry about the lack of hitting, because it's not coming back, dude. Until those guys come back.
I'm going to get to in a second, because there's more of a long-form conversation to be had about that. But, look, I'm the same way as you, because I'm glad you answered it that way, because I think the same way. I'd like to see kind of rhythmic offense where, okay, it's a run here, it's a run there. But in the end, man, the end number is the end number. And if you get to 4 and it all happens in one inning, this is not the first time this has happened in recent kind of games with the Yankees.
Right.
You still tacked on the number you're looking for. So, to me, I mean, yeah, okay, the offense struggled, most of the night. You still figured out Grisham, by the way, another 2 hits. And if the Yankees are going to be stubborn about hitting him leadoff, maybe he is getting going here with 2 straight 2-hit games at a leadoff hitter facing right into pitching. But now let me get to kind of the long form of when this offense comes back, because we got a lot of news yesterday in terms of the Yankee players on the mend back, and this was all pregame. Now, first of all, Cody Bellinger worked out. There was still some tightness, but it seems to be flowing pretty good in the outfield.
I think he's going to be back sooner than we expect.
I think he might be back in like a week and a half. Yeah. Now, it depends on the rehab games, but he kind of looks that way. Giancarlo Stanton, we finally got a video of him running the bases yesterday. Oddly looks faster than I remember him running bases, and maybe I just haven't seen him in a long time. And Aaron Boone did say to the Talking Yanks guys yesterday that whether it's Stanton or Bellinger, in some order, it's going to be one of those guys first, the other guy quickly after that, and then Judge will be the third guy to come back. But Tiki, that inning in the 7th inning last night is started by Luis García Jr. ripping a double against the wall. He just puts barrel on back. Like, he has been everything the Yankees have needed since they've acquired him. Like, as much as the offense is struggling, he's a hit a night at least.
Of course. I mean, he might have been, if not the best, one of the best bats that was available at the trade deadline. And as much as we killed Cashman last week, they got him.
But here's the problem. This is now we're going to approach the territory that we saw with the trade deadline, which is how do you fit these guys in the lineup?
You're in trouble right now.
Because Stanton and Bellinger are going to come back, and Bellinger's going right to the outfield. Now, look, we see Grisham heating up. Let's not kid ourselves. The Yankees probably are best equipped with a Spencer Jones center field, an Aaron Judge right field, and a Cody Bellinger left field. Or if you want to put Cody in center, they're not going to do that. They're going to play Grisham, so we just live with that. And if Grisham keeps hitting like that, fine. You know what? 2 hits a night, great.
Right.
Heat up. But getting Stanton back and putting him at the DH hole creates this logjam. We kind of speculated. Remember, it was, it's a good problem to have. Well, it's a good problem to have until it's actually a problem. I think
it's going to be a problem.
I think the Yankees need to start getting ahead of something. And it's something we speculated about a couple of weeks ago when the deadline went down, or a week and a half ago. You got to start, even if it's pregame and not in games, getting Luis Garcia acclimated at second base. I think you have to. He played a lot of second base, albeit poorly defensively, a year ago. But he cannot have his bat out of the lineup. And if we're being honest, if Giancarlo Stanton comes back, as much as it's easy to say because we haven't seen him all year, that's the clutch bat in October. Like, remember when Giancarlo got hurt, and what did we all say? Hey, just get him healthy for October.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me with the acquisitions you meant that we're going to go back on our word and not want him healthy for October? And you're not taking Ben Rice out of the lineup.
Well, he's going to be healthy. It's just a question of whether or not you're going to play him.
But don't you want him? Don't you want his bat in the lineup?
You said this yesterday, and it was at the end of the show. It was kind of a dismissive, even just suggestion, but Giancarlo Stanton might end up being your bat off the bench.
He might be.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And if it protects him, it gives him, I mean, it sucks because he's going to get 1, maybe 2 at-bats in these games, so to speak. But ultimately, if it protects him and keeps him healthy, and then everybody else is equally fitted in the right way into the lineup, so Ben Rice can play, or whether it's at a DH, Jazz can still be in the game, and Aaron Judge, hopefully he's healthy, he's out back in right field. Like in that capacity, he serves you well. But you now take 3 other maybe opportunities out of his hands. And you might need those opportunities.
Especially if we're worried about the team scoring 4 runs a game. So,
yes.
And I think that's where, Tiki, I know I said that, and I still could understand it. But as I'm sitting there watching the game and I'm looking at the clips of Stanton running, I thought to myself, I go, I think because he's out of sight, out of mind, you do still need that bat in October. I mean, this Yankee team is in no position to thumb their nose at the clutch bat that Giancarlo is in October. So
if he still is that clutch bat.
If he still is.
That's the other thing
and
we don't know.
By the way, we're going to find out because he's going to have a month of playing baseball.
That's right.
But I say that to say a month of playing baseball means he's going to have to play baseball. That doesn't mean every night. He'll have his days off, as he should, as we rehab the calf. But you're not going to then throw Luis Garcia Jr. at second base in game one of the wild card series if you haven't done it at all in the month of September. And this will come at the cost of somebody's got to lose playing time, right? And this brings us back to Jazz. I am one of like the last guys left waving my hand up being a Jazz defender. And I think the Yankees have at least indicated, and the breadcrumbs are, he probably isn't back next year. And Luis Garcia probably is in some kind of formula to be part of the second base thing next year. You don't owe Jazz anything. And when I watched Jazz last night, and I'm not questioning his toughness, but I'll say this. I've been fooled too many times. Every time Jazz has a bad play this year, do you notice what Jazz Chisholm does?
No.
The trainers come out to look at
him. Oh, right. Yeah. It's something.
And last night he's grabbing at the Achilles. And I'm not trying to. I know it sounds bad to say a guy's faking an injury, but it can't be coincidence.
He's not faking it, but you say this. He's either faking it or he's using it as an excuse.
Use it as an excuse because it's like, dude, I'm telling you, watch these Yankee games. It's once a week the trainers come out for Jazz, and it's almost always after there was some kind of gaffe by Jazz. And he's not hitting enough fluidly. And when I look at this Yankee lineup, I ask you, Tiki, are they better suited with their offensive struggles to get through playoff series, living with poorer defense at second base, but having Garcia, Stanton, Judge, Rice, Bellinger all together in a lineup?
The latter.
They're better off that way, right?
Of course they are.
So how do you prepare yourself for that? If Stanton's that close in running, I start by getting Garcia's second base action and figuring out what the hell's going on.
He hasn't yet played second base.
Not this year, but played a ton last year.
Played a ton last year. He hasn't played it this year. He's been pretty good, actually, at first base for the Yankees.
He's been great. That's the other thing. You sacrifice a little first base defense.
Yeah, you do, but Ben Rice is not a slouch over there.
No, and he was playing better.
And so, this is a real problem once you get to October. But here's the issue, though. With the Yankees, I mean, the Rays don't lose.
No,
it's ridiculous. Nick Martinez, complete game last night.
It hurts my head.
I know. You can't even fathom it.
It's almost like when you play a video game with the Rays and you click fast forward game and you just see the win. It's like, is this a glitch?
I know.
They don't lose.
So whatever it is, the Yankees don't really have the luxury of playing with the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Like, if this doesn't work, it's okay. It's just a game. But we have to see if it works, so we got to trial this in the regular season. So we got to look at it. But they don't have the luxury to do that. They have to try to win every single one of these games. Now, fortunately, the Red Sox have started to sink a little bit, losing 4 in a row.
Jeez, I wonder who called that on Friday's show.
So they're not in danger of getting passed in the division. Right. Obviously, the rest of the American League, as we've talked about, it's just average. So you're not worried about it as far as a playoff spot is concerned. But you still, in your mind, want to try to catch the Rays. So you can't just mess around with your lineup. Like, you have to put your best everyday lineup out there. And so, hey, let's put Luis Garcia at second base. Maybe it works. You can't afford that. You have to know it's going to work. So they're in a rough spot because of how much not how much they've struggled, but how average they've been for the last 2 months.
Yeah, I think that based on chasing down the Rays in the division, I don't think you could approach playing Luis Garcia Jr. at second base and think that it's not going to work, would be my way of putting this. Now, look, if you're working on ground balls when I'm pregame, you're like, dude, he's booting things all over the place. But I find it hard to believe, even if his defensive metrics are bad, this is still a team, again, 2 years ago, that took Jazz Chisholm Jr. at the deadline and said, we needed his bat. Oh, crap, we don't have a position for him when everybody's healthy, and put him at third base. And some plays were fine, some plays were bad. They got by and they got to a World Series.
Right. Is that even an option now?
Well, I'm not even saying it's an option to move Jazz to third now because Ryan McMahon's playing well.
Yes.
He's fielding good. But my point is you were willing to do it with Jazz at a position he's never played 2 years ago and went to the World Series. How could you not be willing to do it with Luis Garcia for a position he has played?
Oh, I see.
Knowing how important it is. You know what I mean? So if the argument is, well, you don't want to risk Tiki, putting not your best defensive team and not seeing if it worked. You did it on the fly 2 years ago. You lived with some of the deficiencies, and you made a World Series because you had the best offensive team possible. At least Luis Garcia Jr. has recently this year played a lot of second base.
Yeah, and I think the pitching is the X factor here because it's been so good.
So good.
Then you're not necessarily worrying about somebody being out of position.
And that's why I would actually leave McMahon and Lombard the way they're fielding right now on the left side, especially for guys like Fried with the ground balls.
Yes.
Like, all those ground balls are going that way, and they're gobbling them up. Second base, I still kind of think you could. Glaber wasn't a wizard. You could hide somebody a little bit at second base,
right?
Especially somebody that's done it. You're not asking Luis Garcia Jr. to go out there and do something he's never done before. But I'm telling you, if this team gets to a wild card series and we just go back to the old reliables of Stanton's got to play, obviously Rice has got to play. Jazz is Jazz. He's got to play. And we're sitting there watching Luis Garcia Jr. rot on the bench, waiting for a pinch hit opportunity. It's going to drive me nuts. It's going to drive Yankee fans nuts. The Yankees don't win that game last night without Luis Garcia's double to start that inning.
Right.
You can't afford not to have his bat in the lineup.
Right, and he's been good ever since he's been here.
Exactly.
And so you have to now accelerate him into the trust factor.
That's it. And if Jazz's feelings are hurt, I'm sorry, Jazz, you had a long enough runway this year to get it going. It's just not your year. And it breaks my heart because he's an electric Yankee. When he hits a home run, it's something great. But the best team right now, if those guys all do come back healthy, and we're trending that way based on the videos, is not Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second base.
It's not. He's hitting 130 over this last week, 150 over the last two. He's not having a good season.
He's just not.
He's been clutch in moments, but he's not having a good season at all.
And if that means you burn a bridge and Jazz won't even consider coming back, well, how much did you consider signing him back anyway?
Right.
So I'm less worried about that, Tiki. I'm worried about the fact that this is a pitching staff right now that you cannot waste away. Now, part number 2 I wanted to bring up off of last night's Yankee game. I know he is coming back next week probably. He's got one more rehab start, and that would be Carlos Rodon. And look, Rodon has been
You don't
up.
want to trust him.
He's been down. It's not a matter of not trusting.
I know your feeling on Carlos Rodon.
But I'll say this. I can't believe I'm even going to utter this because I'm comfortable with Carlos Rodon as a 4th starter on this team when you consider those 3 aces. But, man, when you only start 4 guys in a playoff series and you've seen the last 2 months of pitching that Ryan Weathers has put forth and you start building up what you think is going to be your 4-man rotation for October, I ask you, Tiki, who do you want as that 4th starter right now, Ryan Weathers or Carlos Rodon?
I mean, it's clearly Ryan Weathers.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what Carlos Rodon's going to look like. You don't know.
You don't know.
You'll see it in a couple of starts when he ultimately gets back. But Ryan Weathers has been good. He actually weathered a little bit of a downturn.
Look at you. You've worked enough with just me this week. You're going with the weathered.
Of course. Yes. but now he looks really good.
He does.
It's like they're all lifting each other.
They are.
It feels like this staff is just, you feel like you got the same guy every night, even though their styles are very different.
Hand the ball to the next.
Yes, hand the next guy. It's your turn. It's your turn. It's your turn.
So the best Yankee team to me features Jazz Chisholm not at second base when these guys do come back healthy. The time is now to get Luis Garcia Jr. maybe a game a week, something like that, getting him acclimated at second base. And Ryan Weathers, I mean, you are now in the circle of trust, my friend, as starting pitcher 4 for the New York Yankees. Maybe a little optimism in Yankee land. Some might call me Positive Shawnee. 888-808-1019. Your thoughts on the Yankees. Plus, Aaron Glenn said something interesting on with the guys yesterday in the afternoon that I think is worth playing back as we wonder if Aaron Glenn is getting back in our circle of trust in terms of a head coach in this town. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on The Fan. And it's time for that Yankees turning point of the game. Be the first caller to correctly identify yesterday's turning point of the game at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326, and you'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. It's all from your flagship station for New York Yankees baseball, The Fan.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You've seen them on Shark Tank. They landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. And now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. And this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my buddies over at collarsandco.com. Use code TIKI for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag & Anthem, real clothes for real life. Now is the perfect time to shop Flag & Anthem's College Game Day collection. Flag & Anthem has your Saturday lineup covered. All your favorite shirts, quarter zips, and hoodies from Flag & Anthem with officially licensed logos. Plus, shop the end-of-season sale. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag & Anthem, real clothes for real life.
The Yankees play ball with the Mariners. 7:05 tonight.
Breaking ball swung on and a high fly ball. Deep left field. Going back, gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday, August 7th and 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to select 4 balls from the lottery drum to win up to $5,555 cash. Don't miss the Big 5 spin-off where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Optimal Fibers in the house. Y'all know the number. 877-393-4448. Optimum Fiber, so fast, so fine. Got another provider leaving behind. Come on, everybody, let's get online. $30 a month, gonna blow your mind. 5 whole years, don't hesitate. Lock it in now before it's too late. 877-393-4448. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast, it's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participations and times may vary. Offer prices varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th when the Yankees host the Astros for a very special night in the Bronx, Seinfeld Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a George Costanza Calzone bobblehead presented by Star. Tickets are on sale now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Seinfeld Night and the George Costanza Calzone bobblehead, Thursday, August 27th. Yankees versus Astros at Yankee Stadium.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In Las Vegas, high stakes reveal real identity. Rolly Romero proved the doubters wrong in Times Square. And now he guards the crown. Teofimo Lopez is risking it all to prove he's still elite. 2 world-class champions on a collision course when second place isn't an option. The moment of truth arrives. Saturday, August 22nd. Watch on DAZN and DAZN on Prime Video.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine. and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies. Except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm. InjuryLawyer.com.
The night belongs to the fans. Join Tommy Lugauer for After Hours, weekdays at 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
WFAN's Fan Focus. The Yankees bats awoke in the 7th behind clutch hits from McMahon and Grisham as they beat the Mariners 4-1 last night. The Red Sox, they lost 4 straight, demoralizing their cute little run where they thought they were catching the Yanks. The Rays, though, won again, so maybe the Yankees' cute run won't catch them. We should just assume that the Rays are winning out at this point. The Mets, meanwhile, watch their hot streak come to an end as they got blanked by the Braves 4-0. It's kind of your night in baseball, and that is where we'll go to the phones. I have some Aaron Glenn thoughts, play an Aaron Glenn clip in a couple minutes, but let's get you guys started at 888-808-1019. Javier in Tom's River. Javier, what's up?
Hey, Javier.
What's up, guys? Morash, I like your points. I believe one way of fixing this problem is putting Ben Rice behind the plate.
Yeah, but we already heard. But Javier, we already heard Cashman on this.
Yeah, he said he's not going to do it.
You know, like I understand, and I would entertain it as well. But we've kind of we've already been told that's definitely not happening. So why even talk about it? You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I get it. And definitely I would make last night's pitcher our fourth starter. You don't know what you're going to get from Rendon. He's been up and down. He's been inconsistent.
Yeah.
I stay with the hot hand for sure.
Yeah,
That's it, guys.
I think
Thanks,
appreciate you, Javi. I think that's the big. That's the kind of. I don't want to. It's like champion that. The hot hand is the one you got to go with because then Boone will do that with his lineup.
Right.
And then,
no, I agree.
And then it creates a non-ideal situation because I've always believed this is any sport. You have to have an expectation of what you're doing every day. And in baseball in particular, especially once you get to the postseason, you can't be guessing. Like game 2, game 3. Am I playing game 3? Am I playing game 4?
Right.
Like it's just like that mentality is very disjointed, and it's not conducive to creating consistency and excellence and all those things that we talk about. And I fear that where the Yankees find themselves now, where it's not ideal, right? The roster is not ideally constructed to just slot everybody in so that they know what they're doing every single day. And it leads to, well, this guy is hot. Trent Grisham is hot. We're going to keep leading him off. He's got 2 hits, even if he's not the perfect solution. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's a fine line he's walking. It really is.
And it's a line based on loyalty, let's be honest. He's almost too loyal to veterans at times.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Which is why I bring up the Rodon Weathers thing.
Which I don't mind because they've done it before.
Right. Listen, I don't mind to an extent, but I will mind if and when you get to October and you're allowing that loyalty to cloud what's best for a team to make a run. Like, for instance, I'm not saying Carlos Rodon shouldn't or can't start game 4. I'm just saying we'll see what he's got the last month and a half.
Yeah, of course.
But
if he earns it.
But if he earns it, Ryan Weathers has earned it. And also, Ryan Weathers, to speak that hot hand thing, obviously has to continue pitching like this.
Mm-hmm.
But if this Ryan Weathers we got is the Ryan Weathers we get the rest of the season, I think I find it hard to believe he's not your 4th best pitcher. And then in terms of the lineup stuff, like, whatever they come up with here, that's why I bring up the Luis García Jr. thing. He hasn't been here long enough. We all see he's important. We all see they traded for him. But if you make the decision based on, hey, I've been there the last couple of years with Jazz, I've been there the last couple of years with Grisham, you know what, Garcia, we like your bat, but we're going to use you and we want to use you as a bullet. I just think that's wrong. That's wrong.
Right.
Put your best offense forward.
You have to. The most consistent offense, that's what you have to put forward.
Exactly. Tiki, as much as the Yankees have struggled, and we just said those names out loud, if you enter October with Cody Bellinger, with Ben Rice, with Luis García Jr., who was the slugging leader in the National League, and Giancarlo, and Judge, and what George Lombard has brought to the table, that is not an offense that should struggle in the postseason.
No.
But you will make it struggle if you force feed Jazz, or dare I say, like if Grisham goes back to struggling that way. Put your best bats in the lineup. Ryan in Central Ice up. Ryan, what's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
All's well.
I'm curious. You're talking about running Garcia at second base. Is that for Ben Rice to be the everyday first baseman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm thinking, Jazz Chisholm. I feel like he should be like our utility bench player off the bench. I feel like he's best suited for that. You can't really trust him as your everyday starter.
You can trust him as your everyday starter. It's a matter of do you have a better option.
Yeah, I think you could trust him as a second baseman.
Yeah.
It's just his bat is not what trustworthy. I mean, he's hitting he's 150 this month.
150. And to me, you have a better option.
Yeah.
That you will have a better option. Yeah. So, but yeah, you got to get Rice on the field. Thanks. The slug range, we put Stanton at first. I mean, that suggests it would be. So you're going to take 2 first basemen and not play them to play Stanton at first? I don't understand where that's going. Now, I did bring up, what was it, like 3 weeks ago, the idea of putting Stanton in the outfield when he came back.
Yeah.
That was under the condition that Aaron Judge was not coming back. That being said, the other elephant in the room is Aaron Judge going to the outfield when he comes back? And if he's not, then I think you'd have to interchange.
If he had
Stanton.
a lower body soft tissue injury, I would probably say you got to DH him a lot more than you want to. But this is an upper body,
a bone heal,
rib cage issue. So, Aaron, don't lay out for balls.
That's it.
That's what you tell him. You can be aggressive in the outfield and right field. I don't think it's going to be a hindrance to him playing good defense. He's just not going to be able to do some of the was putting in quotes, exceptional things that he does at times.
And you got to trust your pitching, too, and just say, you know what? If this ball lands in front of me, go get the strikeout.
You have to trust Aaron Judge to not put his body in harm's way because they can't afford to lose him again.
They can't. They can't. And even look at some of the struggles Ben Rice has had. Like, you need Aaron Judge in the middle of the lineup. He makes everybody else go. Even when he struggles in October, Aaron Judge's presence is part of the reason the other guys go in October. John and Maspeth. John, what's up, man?
Hey, John.
Fellas, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Before I get to my Yankees point, got a quick question for Tiki.
What up?
When was the last time that you twerked? Because I'm watching on YouTube and during commercial break, I guess you guys didn't realize the cameras were still rolling.
They're always
and all of a sudden I look up and I see Tiki's little butt up in the air twerking, and just to let you know, the internet is forever.
There you know.
And that might become a meme.
That's why you watch on YouTube, people, because you see stuff that you probably didn't expect. So like 5 minutes ago, John.
Yes, and I'm watching right now, and the chat's going crazy. But anyway, so my quick
build that ass first. Was the audio up?
I don't know because I had the audio off because I'm on my phone on hold on the call.
We're talking about Chris Brown and Usher.
That was the context.
Oh God!
Hit and bust.
Anyways. Two of the, and now I got a friend texting me. My boy Mike over here is texting me. He's laughing. Anyway, so my quick point about the Yankees. Two of the worst hitters this year for the Yankees has been Ryan McMahon and Jazz Chisholm, right?
Yeah.
Now,
even though McMahon has been better of late.
Yeah.
Yes, but when you pull up the stats, and I checked this out and verified it and went through all the players, when the game is late and close, which is defined as seventh inning or later, and a tie game, or you're winning or losing by one run, the best hitter on the Yankees is Ryan McMahon, who's hitting .350 in that situation.
He's actually, I believe, John, I don't think it's just the Yankees. I think the seventh inning or later in that stat, Ryan McMahon is the best hitter in the major leagues this year now.
Wow.
Yeah. And the second best hitter on the team is Jazz.
Right, because he has all those go-ahead home runs.
323.
Yeah. We talked about that earlier. So I understand you're taking away some of that clutch ability, but here's what I would say then. If Jazz is that clutch and his head's in there, well then, if that's when he gets his hits, if they're only eighth inning or later, when do you typically pinch hit for guys?
Yeah, in the eighth inning or later.
So, if you need that pinch hit for Austin Wells then late in the game or something like that, or you want to pinch hit for, McMahon or Grisham, then you do that.
The one thing I would worry about is I think the Jazz would get upset.
I see, Tiki, so glad you brought this up. Go ahead, speak to why you think that. Now.
So Jazz is very prideful.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it, and he's got this swagger about him. He's got a confidence in how he carries himself. Maybe not in his game right now because he's hitting .215 or whatever the heck he is on the season. But there's a pride that he has. And it's hard to swallow that when you've been the man for as long as he's been. Not for the Yankees. Judge is the man, obviously. You know what I mean?
For his career.
But for his career, he's been somebody who could be relied upon. And when you take and kind of, pull that away from him, it's hard not to get upset. Like you really have to be strong in your mental. This is for the team and not just about me. And I would worry that his pride would be so hurt, it might hurt his game.
I had the same thought last night, and look no further than the way he handled not starting a playoff game last year.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in that now infamous postgame? He couldn't face the media, and he turned around and he talked to coat hangers.
Yes.
And we laughed about it, and we discussed whether he should or shouldn't have done that, and we talked about, kind of the media going into the locker room too early, that kind of thing. But that does worry me. But then that also kind of tells me the answer. I can't, and this goes like to Little League, I can't start Jazz Chisholm, the worst option or worse option in terms of offensively, because I'm worried that he'll be too prideful to contribute later in a game.
Right.
Like that, then that becomes rewarding somebody because you don't want to deal with their pouty fit. And like, that's just not.
It's hard. It's hard to.
I understand
you want to play to the egos of your players. You want them to feel empowered and part of something big, but then you also have to look at team first.
That's exactly
That's where it gets hard. And I think this is the challenge for Aaron Boone because he is always, from our valuation of him, player first.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Doesn't it feel like he's protecting his players more than he's trying to benefit the success of the team?
Yep.
And that's not fair to Aaron Boone, but that's what it feels like.
And it's part of being a manager in baseball, I think, more than even like coaches in other leagues, is about managing those egos and protecting them. And I think that sometimes we get angry at Aaron Boone with some of the stuff he's saying to us because we know that half of it's BS. But I also think it just comes from a case of
protecting his players.
He's protecting his players, which is part of his job, which is why I try to keep that in the back of my head when I cross him. Because I do respect Aaron Boone. I like Aaron Boone, but I get that he has a job to do. But in the end, you have decisions to make, and that's a job you do too. And if it comes down to that, I'm not allowing that to break a tie for me, that you're worried about how Jazz Chisholm will handle being on the bench. I can't. And if you don't like his headspace to be a pinch hitter, well, at that point, then don't go to him to pinch hit. Then I go to Paul Goldschmidt. Frank and Syosset. Frank, what's up?
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, good morning, guys. I was thinking the same thing about Rice. I know they won't do it, but I don't think Cashman said an absolute no. I think what he said was, you could check the audio, that if needed in late game situations, he would leave it up to Boone.
If you need that ball late game. But that's way different than starting him.
Yeah, but I agree with you about having Garcia at second. It would be an ideal way of keeping Goldschmidt's bat and Rice's bat and platooning Garcia. There's been a lot of talk about Volpe possibly playing second next year. You have a lefty-righty platoon at second then.
Yeah, I mean, me and Evan talked about this when Tiki was out, the idea of Volpe and Garcia kind of sharing some of that loaded second and then playing Garcia and Rice and kind of putting Garcia between the two positions.
Yeah, but I think I'd want, if Garcia is as consistent as he seemingly is,
you want him every day.
Yes. Why would you not want him every day?
Now, look, he has drastic splits, but at the same time, if you look at his numbers versus left-handed pitching, which is like 210 or whatever, look at the rest of the Yankee lineup, period.
Yeah.
Like his bad splits versus lefties still play with the rest of the lineup that struggles, that why not? And I think it was, what was it, versus Chris Sale the other night, the other day, he draws the walk versus the left hand. Like, we have learned, because the Yankees have been kind of forced. Even Spencer Jones has been this way. He had the big hit the other day. Sometimes these lefty-righty splits will lie to you. Sometimes just play your best bats, your best, guys who have approaches at the plate. And, they have a better chance of getting a hit versus a right-hander, but I still like and prefer their approach than just playing a worse player based on a lefty-righty matchup. And I think that that's something the Yankees are going to have to weigh.
Right.
Now, something that the Jets head coach had to weigh last year was, did he make any mistakes in year one as the head coach of the Jets? And we have spent a lot of time this week, and let's be honest, we spent a lot of this offseason analyzing the future of Aaron Glenn as the head coach. Tiki, I'm going to play some audio. I want you to hear it, react to it, but I got to be honest, there was one specific answer that I heard from Aaron Glenn on with our guys Craig and C-Mac yesterday on the Carton Show that I said, as down as I am on the Jets and as down as I am in the future, I still think there's a part of Aaron Glenn that gets it, and there's a good head coach in there. So Aaron Glenn was asked by Craig and C-Mac, I forget which one specifically asked it, about if he has any regrets as far as his first year being a head coach last year. Not a surprise answer, but I think the way he said it was important. Let's play it.
Listen, everybody in this league is talented, and that's just across the board. I mean, as far as decision as a head coach, like, I didn't call the defense last year. That was not a good decision by me, and I admit that. Because the reason I got this job is because of defense. So, and that's okay. And I think as a head coach, the one thing that you have to be able to do is be able to pivot. And once you realize that there was a decision that you made that wasn't the right decision, man, you have to really pivot. And a lot of guys are not afraid to do that because there's so much backlash that you're going to get from outside this building that, man, you have to keep your head down. You have to make a decision. You have to make it. You have to keep going. Right. So decision making is the first thing. And then when I look at, decisions that I made this year, man, I was able to go through the whole shebang when it comes to, man, looking at every coach and interviewing every coach that really represented me and what I want to do.
Which one was the most glaring to you? You're like, God dang it, that's the one what was I thinking when I decided?
I didn't call the defense.
That's the biggest one to you.
I didn't, because again, this is why I got the job. And listen, I thought I was doing the right thing by being, I guess what everybody say, the CEO of the team.
Right.
But man, I love calling defense. I love being involved in that aspect. And listen, I don't want to say I was disconnected because I was still part of everything that was going on. But man, just to be able to call it and just be able to have a defense that you can quickly fix an issue, because I know the defense like the back of my hand. Is nothing feels better than that.
Wow, that's interesting. That was enlightening.
I thought it was enlightening
in a lot of
too.
ways. It was also self-deprecating in a way that I think is important for Aaron Glenn to create the vulnerability around himself, because it tells you that you're working hard. There's a couple things to take away from that. One, he talked about wanting to be the CEO, like to be the hands-off CEO. Now, this is a mistake in maybe not being in a business mindset, even though he thought he was in a business mindset by taking the CEO role and standing away and letting someone else have control of the offense and the defense. Any CEO who started from a startup, right, and grew it into it, you were getting your hands dirty, man.
Yeah.
Like, the CEO was the most important employee for a long time. He doesn't become that stand apart CEO until you've, in this case, wrapping into the football, you've won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, you've fully established everything.
You've had great success. You know the process. But when you're creating something new, I don't care what business you're in, your hands better be deep in the mud, dude. And so acknowledging that, I thought was refreshing from him. And he's right.
He is right.
He got this job because he was a very good defensive coordinator. Look what we talked about this yesterday. Look what happened to the Lions. Well, when he left, they went from one of the top defenses in the NFL to the 22nd ranked defense in the NFL because Aaron Glenn wasn't calling defense. So acknowledging that mistake is I think a welcome rhetorical explanation from him. The other thing that I think this is so important, and it's never talked about ever. One of the hardest things to do as the new head coach, because we get a new head coach wherever it is, it's building your staff. Right? We always focus on the head coach and what we think that head coach is going to do. But the first thing that you should do when you see a new head coach is, who is he hiring as the OC? Who is he hiring as the DC? Who's going to be his cornerback coach? Who's going to be his quarterback coach? Who's going to be his linebacker? Like, all of that stuff matters. And I think Aaron Glenn smartly is looking at some of those decisions and critically evaluating them, because you're right. You got to have a good working relationship with your, but they better be competent at what they're doing. Yeah. And sometimes you end up hiring friends. Let's give my friend a chance because I've seen him grind. I've seen him do this. Let's give him a chance. You better know it's going to work. And so that's probably the best interview I've ever heard Aaron Glenn do since he's taken the job with the New York Jets. That's the best one that I've ever listened to him.
I completely agree. I'm glad you feel that way. That answer alone, and the whole interview was great. I thought the guys did a great job with all their interviews yesterday, but Aaron Glenn specifically, it gave me hope for the Jets. Now, again, I'm not off of that interview going to default and change and go, you know what? I think the Jets are winning 9 games. That's not what I'm saying. But it gave me hope because I know that in this town, between the Jets and the Giants combined, we've seen a lot of head coaching failures, and that's putting it lightly. And oftentimes, these guys tend to figure out or get into like panic kind of modes when it's too late, right? I mean, look at Brian Dable yesterday when he last year when he finally pulled the ripcord and went to Jackson Dart.
Right.
He should have started Jackson Dart from week 1, but he kind of didn't know what to do. Thought he owed it to somebody, kind of like that.
Made promises. Whatever.
And that's just one of a million examples. You want to go down the line of Joe Judge and his relationship with Dave Gettleman and whatever. And then with the Jets, Robert Saleh with the old, the best teams coach themselves and not really getting his hands dirty enough with the offense maybe, and then having Aaron Rodgers come in. There's just a litany of mistakes. But Aaron Glenn in year 1 saw a complete failure with him kind of probably getting that culture shock of what it's like being a CEO, and then realized, let me just strip this down and get back to, why did I get hired? What made me like approachable as a head coach? The Jets weren't the only team interested in him. And that was, he was a great defensive mind. And he allowed his defense to become borderline atrocious. They didn't get a turnover last year, atrocious. Right. And he basically said, he was detached, not all the way, but he should have done it earlier and should have got his hands dirty.
Yeah, the problem is when you start going to sit in your ivory tower and look at everything, you're disconnected.
Yeah, you lose sight of it all. And
you don't get it. You don't understand even what you're trying to do.
That answer gives me hope that the Jets, even if this gets off to a bad start, and they're just, maybe the talent isn't there, or the quarterback itself, that's not Aaron Glenn's fault, isn't very good, and he's turning the ball over a million times. Is that really going to be an indictment on whether Aaron Glenn could be a head coach or not for the New York Jets? Should we maybe think twice before we're putting out first coach to be fired? If this team starts 1-6, are we really pulling the ripcord right away? Because that right there is an answer from a man who understands and acknowledges you shouldn't wait too long to make changes. You know, this time is fleeting as a head coach in the NFL. And he saw in year one and is acknowledging year one where he went wrong. Yeah. He wasn't too stubborn in saying, well, you know, you don't understand this, you don't understand that. Like, no offense, that answer is the opposite of any time you hear Aaron Boone speak. And I love Aaron Boone, but, like, Aaron Boone is never that self-deprecating. I just appreciated it.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I'm a Jet fan, and I'm ahead of year one. Again, I have my doubts about the offense. Not that the players, I don't trust the quarterback situation, but defensively, with all these young guys on defense and what they're doing, I mean, Aaron Glenn's certainly going to go down swinging with the way he wants to handle it.
I also think that the fact that this is his second year is a factor. He's now a year in. Yeah. Listen, he was completely overmatched last year.
Yeah, you can learn a lot of first year.
And you just hope that he learned from his mistakes. I think that answer, the maturity, is just is through. Like, he knows how bad he was last year. He's not dumb. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he's self-deprecating and almost making fun and poking fun of himself, I think that's a good thing.
Well, it also makes you feel confident that he's not going to make dumb decisions just to make decisions.
Right.
He's gonna be contemplative about his decisions, and we'll see.
We will see.
This all comes down, though, as we talk about. It comes down to what their quarterback play is going to be like.
God, yeah,
it really does. Now, could they be a great defensive team and hold teams to under 2 scores a game and still? Yeah, sure. But whether they win or lose, it's going to come down to how Geno plays.
Perfect segue. I'm going to flip-flop something I was going to do at 11 and flip-flop something I was going to do at noon. We're going to talk about the Jet quarterback position when we come back and their situation, because I do think there's another interesting situation they should consider. Should. What do you got, Paul?
Real quick, Tiki was just talking about smart people. Mm-hmm. You know who's also smart, and this just came over in the last hour? Mark Walter, who bought the Lakers last year.
Oh, yeah.
Or a few years ago for $10 billion.
Flipped it, the sale.
This morning, Bob Iger and Josh Kushner bought the Lakers for $12.5 billion.
Wow.
Yeah.
$12.5 billion. So the Lakers get sold to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner, and that just came over this morning.
You have $12 billion to buy a franchise. You still pop an Helios pizza in the oven? Or how do you eat in that spot? I mean, do you just abandon everything poor about you?
Yeah, you don't even.
I don't even think he's ever had an Helios. All right, when we come back, more on that Jets quarterback situation. If you have your thoughts on Aaron Glenn, thoughts on the Yankees conundrum that's coming with these players coming back, please get on the horn, 888-808-1019.
Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. The Minnesota Vikings have named Kyler Murray their starting quarterback for this season, and that means the Minnesota Vikings will go to the NFL playoffs. Last year, the Vikings went 9-8 with J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz, and Max Brosmer at quarterback. Kyler Murray might not be Patrick Mahomes, but he's better than those guys, and he will take the Vikings to the playoffs this season. I'm Nick Costos.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and learn how you can get 3% back plus an instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
Boomer and Geo is brought to you by FanDuel. Hey, baseball fans, got a feeling about who's hitting a home run today? Don't just sit on it. FanDuel wants you to call your shot with daily dingers. All you have to do is make your pick on who's hitting a home run, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a shot at bigger winnings. Now, when your favorite slugger hits that walk-off, you'll feel like a winner, too. Daily Dingers on FanDuel is free to play, and you can lock in a pick every day of the MLB season. That's why FanDuel is the home for home runs. So are you ready to play your game? Check out Daily Dingers at FanDuel.com/New York. That's FanDuel.com/New York to make your free pick on who's hitting a homer today. Big hits can mean bigger winnings on FanDuel, an official partner of MLB. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
August is flying by, guys. You can already feel the days getting shorter. But summer isn't over yet. That's the good news. Make these last few weeks count with a brand new Ford SUV. Visit the Ford Summer Sales Event at your local Ford store today. Now offering great deals across the entire lineup. Take a road trip with your crew in the legendary Ford Explorer, or make memories in the built Wild Bronco or Bronco Sport, equipped to tackle the beaches at Montauk or Jersey Shore. Plus, shop now and get 2 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit your local Ford store today.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Running a small business is a daily balancing act. One late shipment, one price hike, one employee issue, and your whole month, maybe the entire year, could be in trouble. That's where LendSeek comes in.
I needed $100,000 fast to keep up with inventory demands. LendSeek had me funded the same day I applied. Between their AI platform finding the fastest deal and a dedicated funding specialist guiding the process, it couldn't have been easier.
Our AI-driven platform matches your business with the right program from over 100 funders, up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours. Don't wait until it's too late. If you've been in business at least 2 years with more than $500,000 in annual revenue, qualifying is simple. No collateral, no out-of-pocket costs, no hassle. From lines of credit, term loans to revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply in minutes at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Taking you up until 2 o'clock. The Carton Show with C-Mac comes your way. Then, some point this hour, we're giving away Zach Brown Band tickets.
I love Zach Brown Band.
Yes. Yeah.
Another guy, we met him.
You met Zach Brown?
Yes. We were at Bethel Woods.
Okay.
And there was like a little tailgate like right next to the stage. This is way before this concert started. And so we go down there and they're serving like wine, and it ended up being like a food tasting, like a chef tasting or something. And it ended up being Zach Brown's chef.
Oh, sick.
And so he was like, "Hey, Tiki, how you doing?" It was good. We just started chatting. And then right when we were leaving to go into the concert, he's like, "Hey, come backstage. I'll introduce you to Zach and the band."
Wow.
And I was like, "All right, cool." We ended up watching the show from the wings.
How is that
awesome.
from the wings? It was cool?
It was cool, but it was like you missed the...
That's what I was going to say.
You missed the flair of it.
You miss a little bit.
But it was just, we were just backstage with Zach Brown Band, and it was
cool.
awesome.
Did the chef make any chicken fried?
No, he didn't, but that was a good one.
Thank you very much.
Nobody better than you, Shaun.
There isn't. Yeah, he's playing 2 shows, the 27th and 28th, so we're going to give away the tickets. I forget which date we're doing.
Dude, can I win?
I don't think you're eligible. I will say I bought tickets. I'm actually going.
Are you?
On the 28th. So this is crazy. This is a wild day it's setting up for me. So for those of you who don't know, haven't heard the promos, Friday, August 28th, Evan, myself, and I believe Jerry's going to make his way out there. We're doing our show live from the Salt Shack on Long Island, Cedar Beach. Beautiful. If you've never been and you want to make the trip, beautiful on the ocean, bar, restaurant, literally on the ocean, not on the bay, sand, awesome spot that rocks on Long Island. We're going to do a show there from 10 to 2. So I love it because it's really close. It's a beach I grew up going to. It's a place I grew up going to, like having dinner and stuff like this. So I'm pumped up to do the show there. You guys should definitely come out. It's all brought to you by Surfside. We're going to have a great time. But later that night, I have to make my way back towards the city because I'm going to see Zach Brown, which I think is funny because when I first got the tickets, I'm like, a Friday, the city, you know what? I'll leave work. I'll get happy hour started. I'll go right to Queens, and I'll get ready for Zach Brown. So now, ironically enough, I finally get a show that's not in Jersey and close to my house, only to make my way back to the city. But I looked into it. So that day that we're doing the show at Salt Shack is a pretty much wild night in the area.
Why? What else is going on?
All right. So I believe I have this right. At Jones Beach Theater, which is only 10 minutes from the Salt Shack.
Oh, this is going to be traffic hell.
Is Sheryl Crow and Willie Nelson. Sick concert.
That's awesome.
Zach Brown is at Forest Hills. Sick concert. And then sports-wise, at Yankee Stadium is Yankees Red Sox. Now that's a biggie. At MetLife Stadium is Giants Jets. So that Friday, August 28th, when we do the show at Salt Shack, we are setting you up for what is an insane event and sports night in New York. And that's just 2 weeks away.
Wow. That's
pretty
kind of
cool.
crazy.
Speaking of multiple events.
Thankfully, I'll be on vacation.
Yeah, you won't be here for any of it. But we're going to have a good time. You guys should definitely come out to Salt Shack 2 weeks away. Bit of an end-of-summer bash. Really looking forward to it. My hometown.
Yeah, especially because they kicked us out of the beginning of summer bash.
Exactly.
Down
So,
at
yeah.
DJs.
So, listen, you want to start the summer in DJs, end the summer at the Salt Shack with us. Really looking forward to it. Pumped up. I know Long Island's going to represent. But speaking of multiple events, my Evan Roberts brain is going.
And
I saw Ian Begley tweet out that pool play, I guess, for that midseason tournament. If you're wondering about trying to see the Knicks in Philly with LeBron in Philly, the Knicks are going to go there on October 30th. They're going to Philly. Okay, so that's on the schedule league. Where does Evan Roberts' brain come in? October 30th is right now Game 6 of the World Series. Who besides the Dodgers is in contention in the National League?
The Phillies.
There is a world based on records that turn out here the rest of the year.
Are you going to do this every day?
I have some of this. But there is a world where Game 6 of the World Series is Yankees at Phillies in the same parking lot of which Sixers at Knicks will be that night. And the World Series won't start until like 8:30.
What would they do?
Well, it's so funny. My guess is...
Because that would be a cluster.
They've had multiple events, but they've tried to like stagger timing before.
Yeah.
I could see the Knicks-Sixer game, if it got to that point, getting moved up to a 6 o'clock tip, which would make... Now, the parking lot's going to be a disaster. I'm just going to tell you right now. But if you wanted to pull off the double dip...
Wouldn't you have to make that a day game?
We're not making a World Series a day game. The basketball game?
The basketball game. Yeah, definitely not the World Series. The World Series has got to be in prime time.
It's an Amazon Prime game. I have a hard time thinking Amazon Prime is a TV partner. They ain't going to allow a day game for LeBron versus the Knicks. But there's potential. Now, it'll be the Dodgers and the World. That game would be in L.A. So this ain't going to happen. But there's potential that night in Philadelphia could be a New York at Philly free-for-all. Could you imagine the Knicks thumping LeBron and the Sixers and the Yankees winning a World Series in Philly in the same night? Be a pretty cool night to be in Philly. So that's my Evan Roberts brain. Look ahead to October 30th.
Unfortunately, Flyers not playing that night.
Well,
I just checked.
Well, how could they if the Sixers are hosting a game?
I'm just saying they're not playing.
No kidding. How could they play? They share an arena.
Well, they could have done it earlier in the day.
What? It's a Thursday.
You could do, but you could adjust it.
Oh, or Friday. Stop it.
See, I got...
Now you got me all messed up. Just let Evan Roberts' brain cook, all right?
Yeah, this is when we don't want Rosie to speak.
Yeah. You were on a roll with the $1 billion sale. You screwed it up with the Flyers not being home.
$12.5 billion.
All right. Is Villanova home too? All right. Unbelievable.
Check, Rosie.
Yeah, check for Nova. All right. So the Jets, before we get back to your calls. Yesterday, we saw the news that already on August 11th, Kevin O'Connell,
before a preseason game has been played,
has declared that Kyler Murray is the starting
quarterback. Just for context here, that means that obviously the offseason matters, but that's running around in underwear. It is what it is. Like, you can get an idea of who is grasping your playbook versus once you get to training camp when you figure out who physically can play the game at a higher level. Right. So essentially, in 2 weeks, only one of which has been padded, Kyler Murray, who is brand new to the Minnesota Vikings, beat out J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
Before the first preseason game.
Yes.
That's as we said yesterday, and we'll say again, damning on J.J. McCarthy.
Damning. And I didn't love J.J. McCarthy coming out of college, despite the fact that he won a national championship game. It felt like he turned the ball and just handed it to Blake Corum a million times, and that's how he won.
Right.
But nonetheless, he was still a first-round pick. I'm glad the Giants didn't take him. So I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here. I don't think he's a very good quarterback. I don't have high hopes for him. And Kevin O'Connell, who's basically one of these guys like McVay that's a quarterback whisperer, the fact that he drafted him and is already giving up on him is way more detrimental, I think, to J.J. McCarthy's reputation around the league.
Yeah, but it's also an indictment on Kevin O'Connell. It obviously cost the GM Quessy his job.
No doubt. No doubt. So, and maybe you could start looking at Kevin O'Connell another way and being like, maybe we kind of
I think with Kevin O'Connell, from a Kevin O'Connell standpoint, and then, this is a different conversation than we're having, but from his standpoint, you mentioned on the hot seat. He's one of those guys, even though he probably shouldn't be, and if he does get fired, he's going to land a job immediately.
Right away.
But Kevin O'Connell's got to start thinking about himself also, right? Meaning his team has to win. Now, they won 2 years ago and crashed out in the postseason.
But getting rid of Darnold killed him.
But getting rid of Sam Darnold because you had drafted J.J. McCarthy was the wrong move.
It's what that whole regime's going to be remembered for.
No
and obviously, the GM has already cost his job. But that being said, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And we talked about this a little bit with Shedeur Sanders yesterday. And if this is going to become exhausting, I'm sorry, but it's the nature of the beast that the Jets have put us in, which is their quarterback room is just, it's unstable, it's unsexy. It's not that J.J. McCarthy would make it that, but think about what we're dealing with here. It's Geno Smith with this depth chart and Cade Klubnik, quarterback 2. I don't know how the Jets don't at least have their ear to the phone anytime they hear a situation like this coming up at somebody else's training camp that a quarterback has lost his job or whatever. Like, if they're giving up on J.J. McCarthy for Kyler Murray, and this was something that regime picked, I got to think they're okay also not having him be their backup if they're making this declaration now.
Right.
Meaning that by the time we get to the end of camp, is there a pick swap that can be made for J.J. McCarthy for a team that maybe wants to go, you know what, he was a first-round pick. We might have liked some of what we saw in the draft. It didn't work out there. We trust our guys.
I think it's hard because J.J. McCarthy's value is hard to ascertain.
It totally is.
Because he's still a first-round pick, right?
But the Vikings have tanked his value too.
They have, so what's he worth?
That's a great point. I don't know what you'd have to give up.
Right.
I'm not giving up, clearly the Jets aren't giving up a first, second, or even third-round pick here. Nor do I think the Vikings would get that for a guy that was just drafted in the first round a couple of years ago. Again, it's their quarterback, their coach with this quarterback reputation giving up on this guy. You think another team is going to turn around and hand you a first, second, or third-round pick? I find that hard to believe.
No, I think you're right. They have a backup already on their roster in Carson Wentz.
That's right.
Who has been injury prone as well. And he's not great, but he's a good backup quarterback, I think.
Right.
He's been that for a while now. So the Jets don't have the ideal backup quarterback situation. The Minnesota Vikings actually kind of do.
Yes, yet no doubt. And
so that makes J.J. McCarthy even more expendable.
And I say this to say, obviously, when I say these words, we understand that the likelihood is this wouldn't work out, and he isn't going to be the long-term plan. But if you're the New York Jets and you don't know where the season's going, clearly you heard that head coach. It's a head coach that plans on doing everything he can to win games, not tank games this year. How do you not look at your day 3 picks and go, all right, maybe this is a waste of a fifth-round pick or a swap or something with a fourth. But how do you not, with a guy who did win a national championship, who was drafted in the first round, even if teams had their issues, how do you not, knowing your room, go, let's add this guy, let's let Frank Reich sit with him for a few weeks, and let's see what happens? Because in the end, if Geno Smith sucks it up in September or October, you're going to turn around, you're going to hand the football to a guy that me and Tiki like a little bit more than others in Cade Klubnik.
Mm-hmm. But he hasn't acquitted himself. Great in training camp so far.
Or maybe.
So far. He's still a rookie.
Yeah. Or maybe J.J. McCarthy is Brett Favre leaving Atlanta. I'm not saying he is, but you won't know that.
Right.
I made that comparison to Shador, and I understand how stupid that sounds, but it's just the truth, because magical stories do happen in football. Guys do get moved. For whatever the reason, guys get moved. They end up at their second home, and a career takes off.
Yeah, of course.
How could you not, at the most important position in the game, if you're the New York Jets, investigate this?
The thing that worries you, the reason I would be worried about this, is that J.J. McCarthy hasn't proven he's a winning quarterback in the NFL.
Not in the
I think
NFL.
the prime example, and this is very different, but it's similar because of the Kirk Cousins situations. Like, Kirk Cousins was forced to play in Washington because RG3 got hurt.
Yeah.
Right? And he turned out to be a winning quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And he parlayed it. He got franchise tagged, I don't know how many times, 3 times, 2 or 3 times, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And ultimately, he's had a very successful career. He's made, I don't know, $500 million, $400, $300 million or something.
Right. Way more money than you'd think he's made.
100%. But he's been a good quarterback. Like, he can win in the NFL. Is J.J. McCarthy going to become that? And the problem with the Jets even thinking about him is that you have no idea if that's going to happen.
You don't, but to me, I also have no idea if a 4th, 5th, or 6th round pick is ever going to turn into anything anyway. So that's what I'm saying. I'm also saying this from the standpoint of I'm not giving up a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, and I don't think the Vikings are getting that.
Yeah.
So if I already have those questions on a normal draft year with those types of picks, why would I not want to have those questions about the more important position that had a 1st-round pedigree?
But was he really a 1st-round pedigree?
Okay. Even if he wasn't a 1st-round pedigree.
He was drafted in the 1st round.
He was drafted in the 1st round, and if he wasn't drafted in the 1st round, he would have went in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Oh, of course.
He still at least had that pedigree.
Yeah, no,
So
he
all
did.
I'm saying is, Tiki, man, for whatever the linebacker you would have took in the 4th round, is it not worth it, quarterback, seeing what Frank Reich could do with him this year?
I think also with the Jets, they have to be thinking about this. And when you have a hole, and Geno might fill that hole, I mean, I'm not high on it, but he might fill that hole. You still have to start thinking about ways. One is the draft next year. One is whoever comes free or available, because I'd have to think that the Minnesota Vikings, even though we haven't heard this yet from Schefter or any of the insiders, but you have to think that the Minnesota Vikings are thinking about shopping him. And
Not only are they thinking about it.
And so the Jets necessarily have to explore it.
Yeah.
They have to. Just like 2 weeks ago, or whenever it was, 2 weeks ago, the
Baker Mayfield
situation.
Think about it. It's the 3rd quarterback we've already had this discussion.
You have to start thinking about this if you're a team like the Jets that don't have your quarterback slot. I'm talking starter and backup solidified.
The Jets have put us in a position that we have to have this conversation every time a quarterback comes up.
Yeah.
They've put us in this position by the way they approach the offseason with it. And if you ended up trading the 4th or 5th round pick for J.J. McCarthy and Geno Smith happens to light the world on fire this year and proves all of us wrong, we all have egg on our face, so what?
Right.
So what?
Right.
Okay, then it was still worth it. You still protected yourself and padded your room. And for all the talk about the draft next year, and I think it's going to be a great one, and Tiki has gone over how many of those quarterbacks. Just remember, a year ago at this time, we thought there were like 3 first-round picks at quarterback. None of them were named Fernando Mendoza. None of them went in the 1st round.
Right.
The college football season, I know a lot of us don't pay attention in New York. a lot of wacky things change and a lot of wacky things happen. And sitting back and going, I have 3 first-round picks and there's 7 first-round quarterbacks coming out, it don't always work out that way.
No, you're right.
So I would like to also protect myself against the point of, what if it ends up being a 2 first-round quarterback draft and you ain't picking 1 or 2?
I don't think that's going to – I do think this is going to be a strong quarterback draft.
I do too, but I need to think down the line of anything plausibly happening.
Yeah.
Isn't there also a point that the Jets kind of are in a position where they should try to get every single young quarterback they possibly can in that room?
If it's not costing
yes,
you,
but one
your
of them
draft picks.
almost has to. You hope one of them hits.
Yeah.
At one point, one quarterback that the Jets draft or trade for or sign
they'll
free
get one
agency
eventually.
is
Right.
going to work. It hasn't worked in 30 years, but at one point, it has to work.
I would think in my lifetime I see a Jet franchise quarterback. I would think. Now it's ticking. I haven't seen one
You
yet. I
would
guess
think,
Pennington.
what is it, Chad Pennington and Mark Sanchez,
Yeah.
that's it.
And he wasn't even.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are the guys that have been in our lifetime. And then they had Favre for the year.
Chad
and
was
Rodgers
good. Chad was really good.
Yeah, Chad was good. The problem was his arm strength and getting banged up.
Right, and then Sanchez took him to, back-to-back AFC title games, but...
Yeah, our best Jet years have been Sanchez, Favre, Vinny Testaverde. I don't know, man. Again, I might sound hypocritical because I don't believe in J.J. McCarthy, but I do believe in process. And I believe I've been wrong a lot on quarterbacks too. And I think the Jets should not be in a position to not thumb their nose at this process. And very clearly, I think the days of J.J. McCarthy playing for the Minnesota Vikings, if they're already declaring this now, have to be over. And, you get a nice front row seat because you're going to get a lot of J.J. McCarthy, who I'm sure the Vikings are going to showcase versus the New York Giants.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
On
But
Saturday.
I would also think that Kyler has to play a little bit.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, he has to.
I'm sure he will. But, I mean, how much? It's still the first preseason game, 2 series. You're going to get McCarthy. I'm telling you they're going to want to showcase McCarthy.
Right.
Have him light up second stringers and go, see, look, trade for him.
He's good.
And we'll see. 888-808-1019. Eric in Rivervale. Eric, what's up?
Hey, Eric.
Shaun, Tiki, how we doing, boys?
What's up, Eric?
Love the chat on the Jets here. But first, real quick, I saw on the Yankees. You guys touched on it earlier, but if Weathers isn't the 4 and we don't have Garcia starting at second base come playoff time, I'm going to lose my mind. But at any rate, on the Jets, for the first time, I loved Glenn's interview yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
You can always tell that he's a little bit uncomfortable. This is, clearly the media and even speaking publicly is not something that comes naturally to him. But I think it kind of showed me 2 things yesterday. One, he's gone to work, right? He's clearly, the organization has gotten in his ear. He's worked with some folks that have kind of talked, I think, through with him where he's gone wrong. And he found some humility, right? So he was self-deprecating, as you guys talked about. And he was also, I hopefully learned from his mistakes. Ultimately, it's going to come down to wins. That's all that's going to matter if they win or they lose. And I think ultimately they're going to lose a lot this year, but also I think some of it is how they lose, right? There was a lot of coaching mistakes last year, a lot of really fundamental misses on his part. If those things get cleaned up and he doesn't, and I think he just learns to not say the things that first come to his mind, right? He has a little bit of a filter because sometimes he says some things and you're like, yeah, I know he didn't really want to say that, but he gets a little anxious, a little nervous with the media. So I thought he did a better job with it yesterday. And I think just organizationally, it says something about where the Jets are. Maybe there's some progress. And as far as the quarterback goes, Geno Smith, we got to hope that he's the guy, but I have zero interest in J.J. McCarthy or really any other kind of mid-tier quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, that's a different story. I'd have some interest in him.
Yeah,
thanks, Eric.
Eric is right. You can tell, and I don't know if this actually happened, but he likely, Aaron Glenn sat down with Jared Windley and what's his name, Eric Gelfand, and likely had conversations about how you address some of these issues in the media. And for the first time, I feel like he has a grasp on talking about being a head coach.
Yes.
And how you present yourself the right way to the fan base about the process that's going on with the Jets. Now, we know this because it happened last year and it happened again this year. They were very quiet. You didn't hear a lot about the Jets this offseason. You didn't hear much even going into training camp. But now, with Craig and Big Mac over there yesterday, you got a different feel for this Jets team. I'm saying it's not going to make you feel optimistic they're going to win now 7 games, but it does feel like the grasp on being a head coach, which is hard in this league because so much of it is on the field and everything that you do, execution, winning. Obviously, Eric, you're absolutely right. But it's also speaking it. right? Sounding like you're the leader of that team. That's almost as important when it comes to fan sentiment.
I agree.
And it's part of the job, right? As much as we want to talk about it's all winning and losing, it is obviously, but part of the job is also creating this confidence from the fan base that trickles down into the locker room. And I feel like for the first time, I feel like Aaron Glenn is starting to get that.
I do too. I came away completely refreshed with Aaron Glenn yesterday. Now, I did find something else interesting from camp yesterday with the Carton show, which was we don't hear much from Mougey, much at all. And there was some speculation about Geno Smith, like who really made that call, who brought him in. Well, I will tell you, yesterday I'm with those guys. Mougey fully attached himself to Geno Smith. So if we have the argument about Mougey not really picking his quarterback, he had a comment yesterday, made me openly laugh out loud, but there's no running from it, and something we will play back if Geno Smith
Darryl, Mr. Smiles, Mougey
throws a lot of interceptions. Let's play it, Paulie.
We had the opportunity to get Geno here. Just looking at his experience, let's just start there. This guy's played a lot of snaps in the NFL. He's throwing a lot of balls. He's seen a lot of looks. He's played a lot of good football, too, throughout his career. And as you guys see, he can still throw it. There's no question about that. Here's a big guy who's played in weather. He can throw the piss out of the ball.
That last comment.
What is this bodily excretions that these guys have
Yeah,
going on?
they love it. We got the coach saying
a butthole.
And the GM saying he throws the piss out of the ball. What is going on at Fort Park?
Oh, they're getting loose a little bit. I like it.
Now, I will say this. Is that a good thing when you can throw the urination out of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think you know what he means. He can, and by the way, he can.
Yeah.
But as we talked about yesterday, that's not the issue with Geno.
Yeah, the defender's catching the piss out of the ball.
Exactly.
Which
it's the decisions that he's been making, and we saw it in the joint practice yesterday with the Buccaneers with the bad start to the we'll call it a scrimmage, but whatever. It ended better because he threw a couple of touchdowns, but that's what they got to work out now. Geno's this is year 36. He's almost 36 years old.
Crazy.
And so I know we've gotten used to quarterbacks playing until they're 40, but not everybody's good at 36 to 40. And so I hear why he's confident because he has to be at this point. It was his decision to bring him here, and they made an executive and organizational decision to let Geno be the guy that potentially is taking you to the promised land. But that also might not work.
It may not.
There's no guarantee it's working.
In fact, I'd probably argue it's not going to work. But either way, the GM attached himself to it. The coach is saying the right things. Pretty good day at Jet Camp. Good stuff from Craig and from
media standpoint.
From a media standpoint. Well, it just made me feel better about their operation. I would say this. I don't love the quarterback situation, but the operation I feel a little better in than I did 24 hours ago. I got to be honest with you. And maybe that's an overreaction. So be it. For once,
all gas, no break.
For once, I'm saying something positive about the Jets, so live with it. How about that? 888-808-1019. We see all your calls. We're going to get to them. Yankees, Jets, NFL thoughts. Plus, I want to ask a question. Why can't one of Mets announcers say Chris McMonigal's name correctly? It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on the Fan, and our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
With fall sports right around the corner, now is the perfect time to make sure you're ready for the season ahead. My good buddy, John Gallucci Jr., CEO of Jag Physical Therapy, always reminds me that the best way to stay in the game is to prepare your body before the season starts. So whether you're an athlete, gearing up for a competition, or already dealing with an injury, or perhaps you're a parent looking to keep your child healthy, the experienced team at Jag Physical Therapy will create a personalized treatment plan to help you improve your strength, mobility, and movement to reduce the risk of injury or to streamline your recovery. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. Now is the perfect time to shop Flag and Anthem's college game day collection. Flag and Anthem has your Saturday lineup covered. All your favorite shirts, quarter zips, and hoodies from Flag and Anthem with officially licensed logos. Plus, shop the end-of-season sale. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
32 days until the Giants kick off the season against the Cowboys.
The Giants stopped them at the 1-yard line. Holy cow!
The home of New York Giants football. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday, August 7th and 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to select 4 balls from the lottery drum to win up to $5,555 cash. Don't miss the Big 5 spin-off where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge,
Fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82, add tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th when the Yankees host the Astros for a very special night in the Bronx, Seinfeld Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a George Costanza calzone bobblehead presented by Star. Tickets are on sale now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Seinfeld Night and the George Costanza calzone bobblehead, Thursday, August 27th. Yankees versus Astros at Yankee Stadium.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
New York Mets radio fan favorite and Latin pop sensation Jose Candelita Iglesias makes his Broadway debut in Buena Vista Social Club starting August 27th. Get tickets today.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that.
Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Imagine every time your business makes a sale. Inventory updates, an invoice is created, customer records are updated, accounting stays current. That's the power of Odoo. One fully integrated platform where every part of your business works together, automating tasks, eliminating extra steps, and saving you valuable time. Everything connects. Everything works. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Sun and clouds, high 85.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins AeroBurst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of AeroBurst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Your New York Yankees are chasing another championship. Talk Yankees baseball with the Fan at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on the Fan. WFAN's Fan Focus. The summer keeps getting worse for the 49ers. Nick Bosa has knee tendonitis as he tries to work his way back from a torn ACL. Can somebody check that substation next to the Niners facility again, please? Brutal summer for the 49ers. And I know that the Niners always seem to survive these injuries and figure it out. I don't know how much
they have
a team,
great coach, that's why.
Exactly. How much can a team just keep taking on and starting already for them? Also, off of last night, you were just talking off air about the American League. Did you see the White Sox giveaway last night?
I did not.
They gave away Pope Leo White Sox hats. And I believe they changed. They didn't do like the first 18,000. They gave it away to, I think, everybody that walked in the building, which is so nice and refreshing. Cool. But it's just the big Pope hat. It has the White Sox logo, the Pope Leo Whites. It looked awesome. It looked like one of the best giveaways I'd seen in baseball all year. And watching everybody walk around with them. Now, probably a little hard to sit behind somebody wearing one because it's very tall in their head, but looked incredible. That on top of K-Pop Demon Hunters night last night at Yankee Stadium, which looked like a fun time with that roomy bobblehead, which is now taken over. Mets giving away about 15 squishy dumplings the rest of the year. Is that what we're doing to fill the seats? I guess maybe they need a Pope Leo hat, though.
They don't have a Pope Leo.
They don't have a Pope Leo hat. We'll get to the Met announcer that can't say Chris McMonagle's name in a little bit.
It's a professor from Hogwarts.
I like that. It's Harry Potter.
That's right.
Limo driver Ed, what's up?
Hey, Ed, what's up, dude?
All right.
All right, man, up here in Manhattan, they just changed me, so I got to go pick someone else up. But listen, now you know, Tiki. Hey, guys, listen, Tiki, you know I've been talking about that bet. Why the heck we did not get that boy? You know I've been talking about him for 2 years, Tiki.
Yep.
We had a chance to grab him. And I'm sitting up there looking at the Hall of Fame game, and I said, that's that? And look what he stands in the pocket. He's a big kid. He's strong.
Yeah.
This is what happens with our organization.
Yeah, talking about Carson Beck.
Yeah. No, I know.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is that he got depreciated for no reason.
Well, it got depreciated.
And I didn't get it.
It was because his struggles at Georgia and not winning the big game and then going to Miami. But, like, Cam Ward spent 1 year in Miami.
They were in the national championship game.
Right? And held his own, let's be honest, versus a great defense in Indiana.
I mean, I forgot what happened at the end of that game. Indiana was just better, ultimately. But Miami was not out of that game.
No, they were not.
And
I think Beck threw a pick late, but either way.
I think you're right, but he threw a pick late.
Right.
Who cares? It happens.
It is funny how the
Indiana was an experienced, again, one of the oldest teams in history, and maybe the oldest in NCAA, because they had all those transfers and guys that were in their 5th and 6th years. And so, like, I never was down on Carson Beck. I never understood why, when it came time for the draft, he was a late round or a third round pick. It didn't make sense to me. But you're seeing now that he's a gamer.
Yeah, and look, this can happen, right? I'm not saying that he's going to have this kind of career, but whether it's Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant or Dak Prescott or Russell Wilson, sometimes quarterbacks just get overlooked.
The point is, it's rare that you find a third rounder that turns out, or a fourth rounder, to be a good quarterback. Now, there have been examples. Dak Prescott is obviously one. Russell Wilson, when he was in his prime, is obviously one. Carson Beck could be that next guy.
He could be. And that'll just be another example of the Jets going.
And he was available.
He was way available. And look, he's going to end up playing some for Arizona this year. As much as Jacoby Brissett signed that deal and they brought in Gardner Minshew, it's some way, shape, or the Cardinals not going to be very good this year. They're going to have to figure out what the deal is with Carson Beck. And either they're going to end up drafting a quarterback or maybe have a high enough pick where they like Carson Beck and they get a fortune of a draft haul from a team like the Jets who might move up.
Right.
Richard in Houston, Texas. Richard, what's up?
Hey, good morning. I really enjoy the show, and I like it when you guys opine from the viewpoint of a GM. So I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
You have Baker Mayfield with a relatively long developmental curve. You have George Blanda with the longest developmental curve of all time.
That's
and you
correct.
have Dan Marino, who was great from his first game. So if you're a GM, referencing your discussion about McCarthy earlier, how long do you wait on a guy? Because you have to assess his composure, aptitude, his learning aptitude, and his athletic ability. So talk us through, like, how much time do you give a guy? And I'll listen.
Yeah, it's a good question. Like George Blanda, it's a different era. I mean, he was back in the 40s, 50s, whatever it was. But you're right. He turned out to be a fantastic quarterback. It just took him a long time. Back then, and even really until early aughts, you could do that. But when the CBA changed and you have now this 5th-year option, it's accelerated so fastly or so quickly that you don't really have time to wait any longer. Especially if you draft a guy in the first round, you just can't wait.
You can't. And there's enough quarterbacks that do succeed in the acceleration,
no doubt. But there's also this urgency for teams like Minnesota, as we were just talking about with Kevin O'Connell, to win. And so at some point, like, winning has to become the more important thing than developing who you think is going to be your franchise quarterback. And so I think from a GM's perspective, balancing who you're drafting and if he's going to fit and develop in the system that you're in. J.J. McCarthy, and you mentioned this, you alluded to it, he didn't play in an offense that was NFL-like.
No.
It was a lot of run heavy in Notre Dame. It was a lot of, Michigan, a lot of run heavy at Michigan, a lot of play action. And so often now you see teams that base personnel offensively is 11. That's 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and a running back, and it's wide open. And if you don't have that acumen and skill when you first come into the league or even in your second league to see a defense, know what defensive coordinators who have advanced are they're confusing you. Like we get this perception, oh, it's all cover 2 now. It's all these 2 high safeties or these shell coverages behind you. But actually it's not. You know what I mean? It looks like it is. And ultimately it's 3. And there's a guy in the hole, right there ready to intercept whatever crossing route you have going on. And so these disguises are hard to determine. And if you don't get playing time early, and this has been the issue with J.J. McCarthy because he was hurt his first year. Yeah. You don't get that playing time to see it and recognize it and understand it, not in practice, not in the preseason, but in NFL games, then you don't develop. And so it's a calculation that's harder than I think it sounds like. And it feels like it should be easy, but it's not always easy. And even the guys that you think are really good, like just go to the Giants, for instance, Jackson Dart. Like he wasn't great at a lot of those things.
No.
Like there were some throws he should have made last year, and he waited just a second too long, and he ends up now having to scramble because it's not clean any longer. And that window, first or second, that he could have thrown that ball into, he didn't get.
Yeah, you don't pull the trigger. Those windows close, man.
Now you expect, in going into year 2, that changes. And so it's a new system. It's Matt Nagy as opposed to Daves and Kafka that are calling and developing these plays for him. But that's the jump you need to see him make. But Jackson Dart had the ability of playing 12 games as a rookie, just like Drake May had the ability of playing 12 games as a rookie, and you saw the advancement in year 2. And so for me, if I'm a GM, I'm obviously hoping that he gets some time in year 1. But more importantly, that year 2 has to be this significant jump. And that's the plan. It's got to be a 2-year plan, not like a 6-year plan for some of these young quarterbacks in the league anymore.
Yeah, because you don't want to have to make that call come the 5th-year option. Because if you're even thinking about it,
you have to know it by your 4th year.
You have to know it because if you're thinking about it, then you kind of know it, and that's where the Giants found themselves in that Daniel Jones predicament when the new regime comes in, doesn't pick up the 5th-year option, wows them, so to speak, in a year 5, and then they're left with, well, how the hell do you pay this guy?
Right.
And that's why yesterday was encouraging hearing Matt Nagy speak about Jackson Dart and how impressed he's been because you've read a lot about the struggles that Jackson Dart has had, but it seems like that's a lot of implementing some new stuff, and they haven't even brought in the old stuff that he does well because they want him to see what he could do and what he can't. And that was a window seat to Giants training camp sponsored by Windorama's First Down Deals, 30% off your installation project, plus low to no financing. Amazing. We took a J.J. McCarthy conversation and turned it into a Giants training camp conversation.
I love it.
That's how we do it. Dave in Waterbury. Dave, what's up?
Hey, Dave.
Hi, I got 2 football points. First of all, I think Trevor Lawrence is also an example of a late blooming quarterback. He stunk in his first year.
Right.
And then
It was a bad situation for him down there. We remember it. It was just Urban Meyer it was just bad. It was ugly. And then this is his 3rd coach, right? This is 4th year. 5th?
We had Urban Meyer.
Yeah, we had Doug Peterson.
You kind of forget he won number 1 overall.
I know you do. You're absolutely right. And he has all the potential. He has all the tools in the world. And last year it felt like, all right, he's got it.
Right.
He started to figure it out.
All right. Also, Tiki, do you think the running back situation now is just a domino effect, or football's finally realizing the uses of running backs?
I think.
Wow. Music to Ryan Dunleavy's ears.
Right. So you go back to that conversation we were just having about the safeties looks, the 2 high safeties. A lot of teams are, and if you know football, you know this, they don't want to give up the big play. Just from a statistical standpoint, the EPA is expected points per attempt. You double it, or almost quadruple it when you have big plays, 20-plus yard plays. The easiest way to do that is by playing 3 wide, having a receiver catch a pass, deep pass, long pass, go 20-plus yards. It quadruples your chances of scoring. And so teams defensively have adjusted to that. We're not giving you that. We're playing a shell behind you. So what has happened is that there's now space for the running back, right? Because there's not an extra safety, there's not an extra quote unquote linebacker in the box or tackler in the box, and so running backs have a lot more room. I think what has started to transpire is that teams are looking for running backs who they can now give 20+ touches a game, right? A guy who's consistent, who's in the game, who's in it, who's physically able to handle the load of that, and can get the visualization of what's happening, not by coming in and out and platooning with another running back. But if you get a guy who can do it all, catch the ball out of the backfield, run between the tackles, run to the edges, those guys are going to get paid. That's where you're starting to see this, not the evolution, because this is old school. you're starting to see the reinvigoration of the running back because some of those guys, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chris McCaffrey, obviously Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, even though he's a bigger back, they can give you those 20-plus yard plays. And so if you have that guy who can get 20-plus touches and hold up for 17 weeks, you're gonna keep him and pay that guy.
You got to pay.
And so the problem is I don't think enough of these young running backs have gotten that opportunity.
Yeah.
Because they come in and they're getting 8, 12 touches a game, not 20.
I also think we're starting to find at least a happy medium philosophy, which is 10 years ago, the thought would be the running back that was looking for the extension wanted a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
And the fear was, we know you're good right now, but what if it's only 2 more years? How long? And then you're stuck with it. If you notice what's happened with these extensions with Bijan and Gibbs, they're 3. So you're getting the higher AAV. And I kind of think it makes both sides happy where the team could look at it and go, well, listen, if we can only get 2 more great years out of you, well, then whatever, your third year is kind of negligible to the salary cap that's rising up, but at least you got your payday. We're all happy here.
It's also why you're seeing them drafted in the first round.
Yes, exactly.
Because it gives the team the financial leverage to just 5th-year option him or early sign him.
Early sign him, right.
True. Because that's what happened with Bijan Robinson. It's his 3rd year. He gets a long-term extension. Same thing happens with Jahmyr Gibbs. You get a long extension. So you're taking out those 2, that 5th-year option and that franchise year, that 5th and 6th year, and you're putting it into his contract earlier. So if you hit right away, then you're likely to get paid as a running back. If it takes some time, like I wouldn't have gotten paid because I didn't get it till like my 4th year.
After they drafted another running back in the first round, mind
100%, and brought in other ones. Gary Brown. They drafted who was the guy from Ohio State? Why am I forgetting his name? Joe Montgomery.
Yes.
So like it's changed, but that's because of how the salary cap has changed and how the CBA has changed.
Did you ever say, did drafting Ron Dayne in the first round wake you up anymore in 2000?
No, it was just because, Ron was such a great dude. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like he came in being like, I'm the man now, Tiki, you're second fiddle. It was like, all right, let's do this together. And by the way, he had a great first year.
He did.
The problem was I rushed for 1,000 yards for the first time in my career, and he rushed for 800.
Right.
So we had a good combo, but I was getting a lot of the carries. And so it's just, it didn't wake me up is the wrong term. It was more, it created a better situation for both of us.
Okay, that's good. Like a nice, healthy competition that
100%.
maybe you needed in that kind of way.
100%.
Mia in Portland, Oregon. Mia, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, good morning, Shaun, and good morning, Tiki.
Good morning.
Transplant out here in Portland.
I love it.
Shaun, you're hysterical.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear how much heat you took for Rudy.
It sucks, Mia, and you know it.
Oh my gosh. So, Tiki, I was in the hospital 2000 January. I watched the 13 catch game.
Oh, yeah.
You're in my Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're
PPR and fantasy football. That was huge.
There you go. Well, the best thing about it was against the nemesis Dallas. So
yeah,
I'll always remember that game. It was the best. But here's a weird thing. So I live in Portland, Oregon. So I pay $150 a year for MLB TV.
Mm-hmm.
When the Mariners play the Yankees at home and the Yankees come here, they block out all the games on the MLB TV app. Yeah, they're blocked out. So what I found out was Oregon and Idaho fall under Seattle right.
The territory, yeah.
So last night, the games are all in Yankee Stadium. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I get to see the Mariners play the Yankees there. No, they blocked it out. Even on TBS, it's blocked out.
What?
And they offer a $99 upgrade to Mariners TV. You have to pay an extra, even on top of the $150, for those 7 games a year.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's brutal.
Oh. Yeah.
So were you able to watch it then?
No,
but here's the weird thing.
You
get
should
the
be
audio.
able to see it on TBS or Max if you have that with the National. That's crazy. It's blocked out there too.
But I get the audio. I get WFAN. I get Susan. I get the audio.
Oh, there you
I
go.
can listen to the games, but you can't see them, and it's like they're not even in the market even playing.
Yeah, that's
and
frustrating.
they want an extra $99.
You know, Mia, that is where, in my opinion, some of these packages, the sports packages we have, run full. Like I have MLB TV. I have the NFL Sunday Ticket. I'm a bit of a pig with all these games, all these TVs. But you should have the option of going, like for instance, she's a Yankee fan. She don't care about watching the Angels, the Royals. You should be able to say, I'm a transplanted whatever. I want to just buy the Yankee package from MLB TV.
Yeah.
I don't live in the New York area. I'm only interested in watching Yankee games, and whatever that price is you cook up, you should be able to get that and get despite blackout rules, wherever you are, get every Yankee game or whatever your team is.
This is one of this is on the business side, this is one of the not talked about issues with the impending work stoppage in Major League Baseball. We can talk about the cap that the owners want. We can talk about the floor, the financial opportunity that exists for the players from an agent standpoint, all that stuff. But one of the bigger issues that's not getting enough airtime is a national TV package for Major League Baseball. This is why the NFL we just saw the Sportico or whoever came out with the values, franchise values for the NFL teams. Almost all of them, every NFL team since 2022 has doubled their value. And the reason is because from jump, even the bad teams like the Bengals, from a not a bad team from on the field, but from a value standpoint, they are guaranteed $450 million. That's a split revenue that comes from this $100 billion television deal that they have, that these teams are able to collectively negotiate in the NFL, their media package. The Major League Baseball doesn't have that. You have all of the, she was mentioning Sports Seattle, whatever the heck it was. You have all these regional networks that are all operating independent of one another.
And most of them losing money.
They're all losing money. Yeah. Every single one of those regional networks is losing money. And so the thing that Major League Baseball really needs to do is get their national TV package solidified and monetized collectively as opposed to letting it happen individually.
And you mentioned it, Shaun. They need like a buffet option or a la carte option, which pick what you want and you get that.
And if it's nationally televised,
then everyone should get that.
And then you can do it. You can ad hoc it as opposed to, all right, this is if you're in Seattle, you get this.
Like last night,
if you're in St. Louis, you get this.
The game is on TBS last night. It was on nationally. I saw some of the highlights. We don't get that version. She doesn't get that version. It's a national TV game. You know, if a game is on Amazon Prime in the NFL on a Thursday night, you might get the simulcast, but the game's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Right.
The game should be on TBS last night. That's it.
100% agree.
That's a shame. It is a shame. I feel bad. That would suck because I'd go nuts if I left New York and I wanted to watch my Yankees every night and 6 times a year. But you know what? That's just screws you. That ain't right. You know, if you're in it every day.
And real quick, you were talking about 15 minutes ago about the Squishy Mellows with the Mets and their giveaways.
It's the 28th. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget, August 27th. It's Hot and Social Singles Night with the Mets.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the 27th at Squishy Dumpling Night. It's the same night.
Oh, it's the same night. It's the Hot and Social Singles Night Out.
Yeah.
That's hosted by Leif Schreiber.
He narrates it.
Apparently he's going to be there, I think.
Well, I will be
there. And
there
there's like different packages you can get, and there's like things
you can get wristbands. I'm here to cuddle. I'm here to do this. I'm here to do that.
There's pregame mixers, relationship status, wristbands, conversation starters.
I kid you not.
Interesting.
I'm going to
it's like a big Tinder date.
Yeah, I'm going to
legitimately. It is.
I'm going to one more Met game the rest of the year. By happenstance, this is this day. It's Squishy Dumplings and Singles Night. It's the whole thing. Sitting in the Cadillac Club.
Of course you are.
You're going to this game?
Yes, I happen to already be going. I'm in the club that night.
Have a martini for me.
Getting tipsy.
Are you really? That's interesting.
Yeah, it is tipsy. Is that a siren?
That's a fire alarm.
That's our fire alarm going off.
Well, you know what? Now sounds like a good time to take a break. I think we'll get back to that McMonagle sound I wanted to play. But, alarms are going off. It's just another day. Last week, I think there was a water main break, and now we have this. So things are going well here. Anyway, the time has come. Call now and be caller number 4 at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Zach Brown Band at Forest Hills Stadium. You'll have your toes in the water, ass in the sand, and at night you'll be at Forest Hills on August 27th from our friends at the Bowery Presents To purchase tickets, visit AXS.com. Tune in tomorrow to the Carton Show at 3 p.m. for another chance to win.
And if you don't want a beer in your hand, you can throw in a Surfside. Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka, or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
There's a ton of optimism around the Chicago Bears heading into the season, and it's because of head coach Ben Johnson, offensive mastermind, and quarterback Caleb Williams. But the Bears' defense looks to be a significant problem right now. They just lost safety Kobe Bryant, came over from the Seahawks. 4 to 6 months, knee surgery for him. This Bears defense looks very suspect. The Bears are going to have to outscore teams this season. I'm Nick Custers.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay. Are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Small business owners love what they do, and Verizon Business loves small business owners. That's why Verizon Business experts come directly to you, so you can spend more time doing what you love. Their experts show up on your schedule, ready to offer proven expertise and learn about the needs of your specific setup firsthand. And they don't quit till the solutions fit, even as your business grows. So save the time and stay where your business needs you most. Verizon Business. Visit Verizon.com/book today and schedule an appointment with your local Verizon Business expert.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Hey, it's Jerry Recco. Get into the action at Wind Creek Bethlehem with the hottest slots, table games, live dealer stadium gaming, and poker room. Catch the game and place your wager at the sportsbook. Challenge your crew to axe throwing or virtual golf. Then enjoy a meal at Chop House, Urban Table, or Bethlehem Barrel and Draft House. Finish the night with a stay at the AAA 4-Diamond Hotel. Wind Creek Bethlehem. Go for the W. Visit windcreekbethlehem.com. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Boomer and Geo is brought to you by FanDuel. Hey, baseball fans, got a feeling about who will be hitting a home run today? Don't just sit on it. FanDuel wants you to call your shot with daily dingers. All you have to do is make your pick on who's hitting a home run. And if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a shot at an even bigger winning. Now, when your favorite slugger hits that walk-off, you'll feel like a winner too. Daily dingers on FanDuel is free to play. And you can lock in a pick every day of the MLB season. And that's why FanDuel is the home home for home runs. Check out Daily Dingers at FanDuel.com/New York. That's FanDuel.com/New York to make your free pick on who's hitting a homer today. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Optimal Fibers in the house. Y'all know the number. 877-393-4448. Optimum Fiber, so fresh, so fine. Got another provider leaving behind. Come on, everybody, let's get online. 30 a month, gonna blow your mind. 5 whole years, don't hesitate. Lock it in now before it's too late. 877-393-4448. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Life can change suddenly without any warning whatsoever. When you're sidelined due to a debilitating personal injury, it's crucial to have a trusted team on your side. The Rothenberg Law Firm has over 50 years of spectacular courtroom experience, ensuring that you're not facing those obstacles alone. Winning and collecting billions for our clients, we are committed to helping you recover whatever you deserve. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888.
Be a lawyer for injured ones, injurylawyer.com.
At the United Healthcare Medicare store right here in Jackson Heights, chat face-to-face with a licensed sales agent who understands the community and get clear answers to your questions. Located at 3752 82nd Street between Roosevelt and 37th Avenue, we're ready to help.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Rico Brogna podcast on the Odyssey app is proudly sponsored by Mio Sparkling Sake, the official sake of the New York Mets. Enjoy at Citi Field or your favorite spot. A new tradition in sake, Mio Sparkling Sake.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN. WFAN FM.
I don't know about you, Tiki. When I hear something once, and unless it's evident I feel like calling them out, I usually let it go. I hear something a second time, and I got to ask, what the hell is going on here? And the Mets and their little mini run has me, listen, as back invested as one could be in Met baseball. And there was something that took place for the 2 straight days on SNY now that has to be played and can't be ignored. So I take you to 2 games ago on SNY when Gary Cohen went to run a promo about a show on this airwaves.
It's New York Sports Radio for New York sports fans right here on SNY. The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McGonigal.
Suck it! Chris McConigle. All right, I've heard that joke. People have made that mistake. Then last night, I take you to Mets Braves.
It's New York Sports Radio for New York sports fans right here on SNY. The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McGonigal. Simulcasting live every weekday from 4 to 6 only on SNY.
Suck it! I'm taking a stand here against Gary Cohen. I'm taking a stand. Listen to me. I love mixing it up with Chris McMonagle. I've known Chris McMonagle a long time. We very much did a lot of the same things coming up together here. I love Chris. And as much as I get on him, the Yankees shilling and everything, the man is co-hosting Afternoon Drive in New York City. It is not that difficult a name to say.
It's not unless you have kids and you loved Harry Potter.
Because of McGonagall?
Minerva McGonagall was one of the professors on Harry Potter. And it's the name, because it was, think how big Harry Potter was.
It's huge,
and
massive.
You heard it over and over and over and over and over again. Minerva McGonagall, Professor McGonagall. And so in the people's minds, even though McMonagall is very easy to say, when you get it confused and you don't say it right the proper amount of times, you just default to what you know more.
And on top of Harry Potter, I think the emergence of Kevin McConaughey, the prize prospect of the Tigers, if you're in that baseball world, is going to hurt Chris here too.
Right.
But I don't know, man. Like, Chris should have enough, prestige in this town now.
It should.
Can we
by
get
Maggie
his
Smith,
name right?
Maggie Smith, who played that, by the way. She just passed away a year or so ago. But you should.
Come on,
You
Gary. If I hear that tonight, and we're going on
because it's a
3
promo.
days,
Obviously,
it's a promo.
The Carton Show with Chris McMonagle is on SNY, so they're promoting it on SNY.
They are, and they do a great job. We love SNY.
Of course they do.
But can somebody at SNY get in Gary's ear?
Put it phonetically.
Phonetically
on his card.
Somebody, James Ward's back in his cubicle twirling the pen. Can you let him know it's McMonagle? McMonagle. So poor Chris.
Is he
Jazz Chisholm?
Is he offended by this?
I mean, here's the thing.
We
With
got to
Chris.
ask him when he gets
I got to
into
ask
that.
him. And I love Chris, but I get the vibe. He's getting more offended than usual at other things.
He's got to be annoyed by it.
Yeah, he's got to be annoyed at it. I've stopped calling him certain names because I know it annoys him. So I'm not going to say those names.
Schlitties.
The morning show could say those names. I'm not going to say those names. But Chris, no, I'm defending you. It's time Gary put some respect on your name. So there you have it. 888-808-1019. A giant conundrum coming up in a couple minutes. But back to your calls. John in St. Louis. John, what's up?
Hey, what's up, John?
Hey, what's up, boys? First, I feel Mia's pain by being a transplant. These blackouts are ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Sean,
Where are you? You're St. Louis?
I'm St. Louis.
Yeah.
So I get, if the Mets play the Cubs, the White Sox, the Cardinals, hell, sometimes even like the Pirates,
Wow.
I get screwed.
Oh,
Dude,
my
the
God.
Jets, even on Sunday Ticket, if the Jets play Chicago, Indianapolis, Kansas City, which I get.
Yeah.
Or even like Tennessee, I'm blacked. It's a disaster. I would pay $50 more just to get all my team's games tomorrow.
That's
Sign me
wild.
up.
So St. Louis is kind of no man's land for blackouts. That's brutal.
Oh, it's like I'm in like the dead zone of everybody. So I get blacked. I think if the Mets play the Rockies, I'm even blacked out, which geographically makes no sense. Anyway, Sean, I'm with you on Aaron Glenn sounding the best he's ever sounded since he's been our head coach. Question though, is David Bailey a job saver for him if the defense performs great, but quarterback continues to be an issue? Does that buy Glenn another year or two, Teak, you think?
I think in some ways it does. Look, let's be real about what the Jets did this offseason. They spent a lot of their capital, draft, and free agency solidifying the defense.
Yeah, and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Right, Minka Fitzpatrick. They did a lot to make that side of the ball, which was, I think, previous to Aaron Glenn's stint, one of the strengths of their team. Last year, it became a liability.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they had no interceptions.
Yeah, that's an embarrassing thing for an NFL
It's
team.
just baffling. Like you accidentally have an interception.
Yeah.
Like
A ball goes up in the air, it tips up, and he catches it.
Or a D lineman just happens to run into an interception. It happens every single year. It did not happen for the New York Jets last year. So they spent a lot of this offseason bringing in free agents, Devondre Sweat, who we talked about at the beginning of free agency, and they have some good players there already, Will McDonald, but using draft capital for an elite, and a lot of people believe the elite edge rusher in last year's draft, and David Bailey, was a way to get Aaron Glenn a lot more bullets in his rifle. And I think you heard it from that sound that we played in the first, was it the first hour? I think it was the first hour. You can rewind on the Odyssey app, with Aaron Glenn taking responsibility for some of the missteps he took last year. And the biggest one he said, and he was right up front with it, showing a lot of humility and introspection, that I need to call the defense. I mean, he said this offseason, calling defense is my superpower, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a quote that, I mean, we're always going to remember, especially if they turned around. And I think the best way for a good coach to turn a bad situation around is to put your hands on it.
Yes.
Right? Is to get into the weeds, put your hands in the dirt, as we talked about earlier when you're a CEO. And so can he be? Of course he can be. And if he has a defensive rookie of the year type season, you got to believe that the Jets, from an organization standpoint, this is Woody and Mougey, are going to say, look, we've taken steps to correct what the issue was. And Aaron Glenn was a part of the solution, not a part of the problem.
And I think the unfortunate truth about that is what's going to happen is if that all unravels and that's the case, and you're not necessarily judged on wins and losses, but the defense is taking a significant point and it's so obvious the quarterback has held them back, you run into one of these scenarios that several teams, including the Giants, ran into where by the time you finally take your quarterback, the coach is immediately in the hot seat. And if that quarterback stumbles and doesn't win enough games, you're then going to go year 2 quarterback, year 1 new head coach and force it on.
Yeah, this is not the Kevin O'Connell. We've talked about the Vikings a lot. This is not the Kevin O'Connell situation where he's had success as a head coach, and so he's a good head coach. We don't know yet that Aaron Glenn is a good head coach.
Exactly.
And so it's a little bit more dicey.
It's muddy to say the least.
Than it is in Minnesota. But can he flip this around? Yeah, I hope so. That's what his strength was when he was in. That's why he was a defensive coordinator. Dan Campbell wasn't just putting together his friends. And now there was a lot of former players on his coaching staff, but he wasn't putting together his friends to hey, let's go do this thing up in Detroit. It was, I want to get the best coordinators that I can get. And he had a good one, obviously, on offense, and Ben Johnson, who's proven so much so as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. And he had a good one on defense in Aaron Glenn. Now we just need to see him take that next step as a coach, but I think even more importantly, as the defensive play caller, as the guy who's going to make that a net positive for this Jet team.
And he certainly is stamped that is exactly what he plans on doing.
Yeah. I mean, there's no ambiguity about it.
Nope.
We know where his focus is going to be. It's why you hire Frank Reich.
And listen, if that defense struggles at the same time, Aaron Glenn is not hid from this. This is his defense.
Yes.
So that's going to be on him the other way, too.
I mean, you almost have to do that.
You do.
Like, you almost have to. When you know that you are, from a Vegas standpoint, the most likely coach to get fired first, this is I'm all in on this.
Yeah.
You have to be. You can't.
If you're going to go down, you're going to go down with your strength.
Right. You can't try to mitigate it and half-ass it. You really got to go all in on it. And I think when you really take a wider view, you like zoom out on this thing, you look at the conversations that he and Darren Mougey likely had. It was, all right, I'm doing this. I'm going to be the defensive play caller. Give me the tools, the pieces to make this a success.
Bob in Danbury, Connecticut. Bob, what's up?
Hey, guys, how you doing? I was at Old Timers Day on Saturday, and I don't know if you got an answer for this, but I can't get over the fact that they made no mention of the 30-year anniversary of the 96 team that started the dynasty, one of the best comebacks in the World Series, beating Atlanta, and you got Atlanta in the house and nothing?
Yeah.
Bob, it's a great point. So obviously that's not the Old Timers Day issue everybody's talking about, so let's talk about Old Timers Day
How many of those guys were there?
Well, they mentioned a couple of them, like David Weathers, who's Ryan Weathers' father, was there. I forget if Bellinger was on the 96 team or just came on 98. Not a lot, but here's the problem. The Yankees and the Old Timers Day and the reunions with these championships are now suffering from dynasty fatigue. And what I mean by that is just last year, that was the 25th year anniversary of the 2000 Yankees World Series. And they brought back most of the guys. And that was the Jeter controversy. How did he not come back for this? Right. So now 1 year later to go for a lot of the same guys. Now, of course, Posada was there and O'Neill was there and Tino was there. So those guys, 96, 2000, like a lot of those same guys, you're kind of, for the most part, honoring the same group of people.
Right, you're going to do it every year.
Every year because of the dynasties.
Because it was every year.
Yeah. Now, having the Braves there in Old Timers Day, they probably should have still mentioned more. I agree with you, but I think the Yankees felt like...
You think they didn't want to take a shot at the Braves?
I don't even think it was a shot at the Braves. I think we just did this. Jeter's not here. That's kind of the leader of this whole thing. I don't know. It's odd. The whole thing's weird. Now, the other controversy that came at us, I know Michael Kay brought light to this, and it kind of has gone a little bit viral, is the idea that nobody is in the stands for the Old Timers Day portion. And I've gone to a lot of Old Timers Days. I've probably gone to like 6 out of the last 15. And I've noticed this problem for years and years and years. This is not new to the last 2 years, despite what people want to say.
Fatigue? Is there Old Timers Day fatigue?
I think it's a combination of things. Ever since Old Timers Day and the Yankees moved into the new stadium, Old Timers Day's changed a little bit. They even went through that 1 or 2 year drought, of which I was at one of them, if not the only one, where they didn't play a game and they just did the introductions. Yeah. But no longer do you have DiMaggio and Whitey Ford, obviously, the guys that have passed away. So for a lot of people, it's Bernie Williams, it's Mariano Rivera, it's those guys who we all love and adore. And I think that there's just less care with the younger generation in terms of honoring the greats, especially when you know if you don't go and get in there for that year, it's coming back next year and the same guys will be here.
Right.
I think the fact that it happens every year, it's just that the times have changed. I also think, and this hasn't been mentioned a lot, all you have to do is understand what Steve Cohen is doing at Citi Field with this Metropolitan Park to grasp what going to a baseball game is about now. Again, because people change and eras change.
Mm-hmm.
Evan, we debated this with Evan where he's like, I don't care about the blackjack tables. I don't care about the casino. And my point to Evan was, but Steve Cohen's going to care and the Mets are going to care because that's how you sell out buildings. The Yankees don't sell out every night because they're the Yankees. They also sell out because it's an event to go to Yankee Stadium. And what is part of the event? You're getting there 2 hours early and you're going to Stan's. You're going to Billy's. You're going to the dugout. You're going to Yankee Tavern. You walk that strip on Old Timers Day as that Old Timers game is ready to start, and there are thousands of people jammed in those bars across River Avenue that are going to the regular game.
Yeah.
So for anybody that wants to bring up, well, it's the temperature. Well, no, it's not the temperature because an hour later, those same people are going to be in there sitting in the same heat. Right. It's not about the heat. It's about the fact that going to a baseball game now, when you have your couple hours on a Saturday afternoon in the summer, do you want to sit in there and give a round of applause to Jorge Posada? Or, I got a couple hours out with the boys.
Right.
I want to hit Stan's or Billy's. Like, I just think that's a large part of it. People, yes, I'm sure if Jeter was out there once out of every 10 years, that would be the one everybody would flood into, and you make it that special. But I think every year seeing Aaron Small come out and tip his cap is not worth having 4 drinks at Billy's before and fist pumping.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday. It's what you want to do. You go to the Yankee Stadium. Part of it is the pregame situation. The Yankees, for their credit, to that credit of what that area has become, have become one of the great pregame destinations in all of Major League Baseball. And think I'm lying? Go to Old Timers Day next year and don't go to the game. Go outside on that strip and watch the droves of people packed in there. They are there ready to go in Yankee Stadium. They're just not giving up their socialization time to go cheer on Jorge Posada.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier. Not only are the players dying, the fans of those players are also not here. Yeah. And I think that's a huge factor. Old Timers Day was big for like that generation. Mm-hmm. That generation, it sounds cold to say it, they're dying off.
Right.
So really, they can't go to the game. Yeah. Their kids, their grandkids, they don't care about that group of players.
Let's be honest. You're somebody like me that's approaching 40, and I lived that Yankee 90s dynasty, and I loved it. Man, I on any given night, you could take some kind of, drink or anything and get into a YouTube rabbit hole of watching all those clips and all those highlights.
Right.
30 years ago, you weren't doing that for Joe DiMaggio highlights. Like, I live the Jeter era whenever I want to live it. I don't need to come into Old Timers Day and go, oh, my God, I can't believe Paul O'Neill's fielding a fly ball.
The Mets went through this for the 86 for the 30-year anniversary. There was no one in the stands, and that was a big issue.
Yeah.
I've watched the 86 team. I was one. I don't care about that team.
Right.
I care way more about, 2000 and 2015. I don't care about the 86 team. Why would I go to that?
Look, I'm going out on a Saturday to a baseball game. I'm looking to have a good time. And the less time I want to spend in the stadium, the more time I want to spend outside the stadium. I think it's true for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem at Old Timers Day. But should they have celebrated 96? They probably should have. But every year, you're basically going to be celebrating
the teams like the Cubs, do they do this as well? Do they have an Old Timers Day?
I don't think so. But they do
because I would imagine it would be similar.
Yeah.
You don't know this because you haven't been yet.
Because of Wrigleyville. I've been to Wrigleyville, but I haven't been inside Wrigley.
Right. You haven't been to a game day at Wrigley.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same.
You get the bars are popping.
The couple of games I went to at Wrigley, it was like, man, this bar scene is amazing.
It's insane.
You just want to. At one point, I was like, man, do I even want to go in this game?
Exactly.
Now, ultimately, I did, but you just want to hang out.
Of course. So I could hear the arguments about, well, it's too hot out. It's not too hot out. People are in the games. Oh, I'm frustrated by these Yankees. So people then going, well, no, but then why are they getting 40,000 for the actual Yankees that you hate currently to watch that? Those arguments don't hold up. It's a combination of things. But again, a couple hours on a Saturday, you don't want to spend it clapping for Posada. You want to spend it, basically listening to music, getting fired up.
Right. And you love Posada.
I'm just using that as an example, of course. I love Posada.
It's also cheaper if you're drinking at a bar than drinking at the stadium.
And by the way, I'm saying all this, and like I said, I make sure if I have Old Timers Day tickets that I am in there. I just know what I see around me because I am a sucker for that stuff. I am a nerd to that stuff. I do want to give those guys a round of applause, but I understand why others don't and what they're doing because it's a great time outside pregame. 888-808-1019. How do I not go to Artie at Brooklyn? Artie, what's up? Artie, you called us from vacation last week.
What's up, dude?
I'm still on vacation. Hola!
Dude,
what's going on, guys?
Can I have your life?
I know, Artie. Jeez. Boy, Judge Judy settlement paid you out a lot, Artie, huh?
Well, listen, if I'm getting news about Baker Mayfield being out there for the Jets, jump all over it, buddy.
Right.
No,
because let me tell you, you put Baker on this team, and it's just a totally different. Then that's the only question mark. It's not the quarterback. It's all coach.
Now what
scares me, T.
Go ahead. I was going to say we had this conversation a little bit ago with Evan that the Jets' solution, whatever it was, 3 years ago, instead of Aaron Rodgers, it was probably Baker Mayfield. And he was younger. He was still 27 or 8 or whatever it was. That would have been the solution, because you'd feel good about this Jets team if Baker Mayfield in his third year with the Jets was leading a team that now has a revamped defense, all those pieces we were just talking about with that last caller, and an offensive line, good running back, good receiving room. You'd feel better if the quarterback, it was Baker Mayfield as opposed to whatever iterations they've gone through.
I get it, T. But you know what? When I was there opening when Rodgers came out with that flag, and don't forget, we were odds on Super Bowl. I mean, Rodgers at that time was better than Baker.
Yeah, you were a contender.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Okay, what scares me, and I want to get your take. Last year, when they fired the head coach, the defensive coordinator, Glenn went on and said, I didn't like his system. I don't know what the heck that meant, because that was scary. Dude, you're hiring somebody that's your input, that's running something that you agree with. Then when he fires him, he doesn't take over.
Yeah.
Then he interviews like all these defensive coordinators. What's me not to think that the owner goes and says, listen, I'm paying you all this damn money. You're a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, you're defensive-minded coach. You're going to be the defensive coordinator.
Artie,
now all of a sudden,
Artie,
he's just saying, this is my baby?
Artie, that should have been
Artie.
the conversation in his first year. I know it ended up being, and Shaun had some controversial opinions about how that all transpired when they were looking to hire Wink Martindale.
Yep.
But that should have been the conversation in year one with Aaron Glenn.
No doubt.
From Woody Johnson. We're paying you a lot of money, $12 or so million a year, to be a defensive coach on this team. Why are you hiring Steve Wilks? I get it. Steve Wilks has a name. He's had a lot of experience as a defensive coordinator, and he was also head coach in Carolina, interim in Arizona.
I think that was also just not a part of that too. I bet you in Aaron Glenn's mind, he'll never admit this is first time head coach. Part of hiring Steve Wilks, I'm assuming, was also, hey, you've also been here before on this. Let me lean on you on that too.
As a head coach. Yeah, 100%. But Steve Wilks he hasn't been good in those moments. I'm looking at his defensive statistics. He was terrible last year. And the 1 year in San Francisco, they had a great defense. I think they were the number 5 or 3 defense in the league that year. But that's almost because it's San Francisco.
It's wash, rinse, and repeat. Robert Saleh went right back in there.
Every other stop, it was just average at best.
Yeah.
At best. Mostly it was bottom third.
Didn't Wilks get fired the last month in San Francisco? Has he made a change? I don't know why.
He might have as a defensive coach. I don't remember.
I think they went through a couple bad weeks and they pulled the plug. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know why I have that in the back of my mind. I should look that up before saying that, but either way. All right. Andy in New Haven. Andy, what's up?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. On this Old Timers Day, Shaun, you actually make a really good point. It does feel like they kind of jumped the shark on the whole tradition the year that they didn't have the game, and I think that just took the mask off for a lot of people, and they lost interest, especially the younger guys. And I think an important point when I reflect, I think I've been to 3 over the course of my life. One was probably, I was in high school, so it's probably 10, 15 years ago, and I'll always remember, I saw Hideki Matsui hit a home run off Reggie Jackson. You don't exactly get to see that all the time.
Right.
And that's really when it was a draw. And one more kind of thing that I want to mention that I think is important. When I grew up, obviously kids and younger people are consuming media in a totally different way than they were 15, 20, 25 years ago when I was kind of becoming a Yankee fan. And at that point, one of my favorite things to watch on TV was Yankeeography with John Sterling.
Yeah.
John Sterling was how I learned about the history of the Yankees, how I gained so much reverence for the history of the Yankees as an organization and the players that have kind of made up the storied history. And, in a sense, it feels like, obviously, John's legacy really does live on the station and the organization, but it feels like that's a whole and something that I really regret for a lot of younger Yankee fans in particular.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take time. I remember feeling that way about Bob Shepard and as the public address announcer, and, it took me years, but now I love Paul Holden, and it'll get used to another generation or whatnot. I do think, by the way, on the TV side, Kay does a great job, and I think Dave and Susan, obviously, classy as everything, doing it on the radio side. But yeah, look, anytime you lose something that you've had in your life your whole time, it takes some adjustments, which is funny how many of us want Cashman gone, and that was like something that's been in all of our lives.
I know.
Which is kind of funny whenever it's anybody else. All right, we'll continue to take your calls, 888-808-1019. Still want to get to the Giant Conundrum. Plus, the NBA announced a triple header for opening day yesterday. We today have a cosmic triple header. We got to get Tiki Barber's thoughts on, which may be part of the Cinco de Lunch show that Paulie Rosenberg will deliver as well. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on the Fan. And here we go, back to school, back to work. It's almost fall and football season, so now is the perfect time to shop Flag and Anthem's College Game Day Collection. Flag and Anthem has your Saturday lineup covered. Rep your alma mater or your kid's college. 17 schools to choose from and more on the way. All your favorite shirts, quarter zips, and hoodies from Flag and Anthem with officially licensed logos. Plus, shop the end-of-season sale. Save big on wear-now gear and versatile layers you can wear today and into fall. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic and Safety.
Your NFL destination station is The Fan.
What John Harbaugh will do, he'll hold everybody else accountable. So if Jackson has a bad game, it's not going to be about Jackson Dart and his bad game. It's going to be about, I guess, the fault of everybody else on the team.
NFL MVP Boomer Esiason and Giants legend Tiki Barber hit you with the most informed opinions, taking you inside the team facility and inside the huddle like no one else can.
If Kate Klubnik comes in and he understands the system, he plays well in the preseason, there's no reason he shouldn't be playing if Geno Smith is playing like Geno Smith has played the last couple of years.
The greats talk shop with you here all season long on your home for everything NFL. 101.9 FM WFAN.
Telling yourself it's just a short drive is all it takes. A DUI, a crash, even a fatal crash can happen anywhere. It's a risk, no matter the distance. Buzzed or high, get a ride. Never drive. A message from the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast. It's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks. Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
FanDuel is giving new customers up to $1,000 in bet resets. Here's how it works. Bet $5 daily and unlock $200 in bet resets every day. That's right. New customers can place a $5 bet each day and receive up to $200 in bet resets. Up to $1,000 total. And with baseball on every day, there's always another game, another matchup, and another chance to get in on the action. Whether you're betting money lines, player props, or same-game parlays, FanDuel has you covered. So place your daily $5 bet and unlock up to $1,000 in bet resets. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. FanDuel, your home for home runs. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hit and run at 125th and Lex? Shulman and Hill Injury Lawyers hits the ground running. No one fights harder for New York. Every borough, every block. Shulman and Hill, we are New York. Get a free case review. Search Shulman and Hill Injury Lawyers.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge,
fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82, add tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief.
1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that honey pepper pimento sandwich.
And that pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory, it's bold, it's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Start your day with Boomer and Geo. Join the conversation weekday mornings from 6 to 10. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus.
Nickname is 2 Chainz. Do you want to guess the name of the quarterback whose nickname is Tucci? Yep, is 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz. I'm going to say, who the heck is 2 Chainz? It's not Jackson Dart. He has one. I'm going to say Malik Willis.
No, you're wrong.
Who is it?
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. Nice.
I am here to tell you.
Newly engaged Tommy DeVito, right?
I believe so, yeah. I'm here to tell you and report some very sad news, folks. Tommy Cutlets is no longer his nickname. Tommy Cutlets, as he was known
he can't
here.
Be Cutlets in Boston.
Well, apparently he started his Cutlets in Boston, and Mike Vrabel, it didn't stick, and Mike Vrabel saw him wearing 2 gold chains that he never takes off, and Mike Vrabel has called him 2 Chainz, and apparently is stuck throughout the entire Patriot building, and they don't even refer to him as Tommy or DeVito. It's just, here comes 2 Chainz.
One of the great pieces of audio we have in our system.
I think DeVito might be the answer. Yeah, well, DeVito is the answer to the question, who is now 2 Chainz. So that was always the point of that.
Good for Tommy.
It is.
I always liked Tommy. I still like Tommy.
I root for Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, he's never going to play up there, but.
No, I know, but I root for him. By the way, could start for the Jets. Just saying. All right. With that, too, here's part 2. Now, there was a scary incident, obviously, at the Jets joint practice with the Bucs yesterday as Quantez Stiggers left in an ambulance. He collapsed on the sideline. Well, Aaron Glenn updated us today on Stiggers and what happened.
And then really good news on Stiggers. Obviously, he was out of the hospital yesterday. He's doing fine. He's actually in the concussion protocol. He had symptoms yesterday, so and we'll take care of that exactly how we do any of our guys that's in that situation. So I'm really proud of that. Talked to him a good amount last night. He's doing well. I talked to his wife. She's taking good care of him, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. I didn't even think about it being a concussion
right.
issue. I thought it was a hydration heat issue, but obviously you're hitting against an opponent for the first time. And again, it goes back to why training camps need to be tough, because getting hit is not natural.
No, it's a car accident.
Just to throw your body into another human being also going at an accelerated rate of pace is just, it's something you got to get yourself used to. Got to learn how to tackle correctly, all those things. And I didn't even think about that. So
I didn't either.
It's a good update to hear.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's definitely a good update to hear, but also scary if you're collapsing from a concussion.
No doubt.
So,
well, I mean, combined with the heat, you can see it was humid yesterday. We talked about
brutal.
It's going to be humid again today. It's just be careful out there. I'm talking football players, but obviously just anybody.
Anybody. The humidity. And, of course, it was humid all day till the moment I got in my pool yesterday. It immediately started raining.
Of course.
Of course. All right, without further ado, it's time to eat.
Studio operations by Paul Rosenberg. Way to go, Paulie.
In the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics, flying phones, ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. Paulie Rosenberg for the second time this week.
Yes, sir, Shaun. So, today, across the world, mainly the northern hemisphere, a total solar eclipse is happening.
Oh,
this afternoon. In fact, in certain areas, a total solar eclipse, a planetary parade, and the Perseids meteor shower peak are all occurring at the same time.
A cosmic triple header, they are calling it,
Nice.
which I knew is up Tiki's alley.
Which, by the way, if you're in the area, 107 roughly this afternoon is when New York is going to start to see the eclipse.
But we won't get the full, right?
We won't get the full.
No.
But this actually is a good service announcement before you continue. From 1:07 to 2:30 this afternoon, so coming up within the next half an hour and extending till 2:30, you're going to look out your window, and it will not be a total eclipse like when Tiki and I went outside a couple years ago.
That was awesome, by the way.
But you're going to notice significantly darker skies than would typically obviously happen in the afternoon. That is not wildfire smoke. It is not clouds from a thunderstorm. It is part of this partial solar eclipse and cosmetic parade or whatever.
And just a reminder, service announcement, do not look at the eclipse.
Yeah.
You cannot look at the eclipse.
Not directly.
So on that note, space is fun. Space is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So here are my top 5 space events.
Oh, this is such a kiss ass to Tiki.
And may I remind you, Shaun, a little question. Why do they call it space?
Because it's space.
Because there's a lot of it.
Yeah. Same answer.
Here we go! Number 5.
And
Number
it's growing,
5.
by the way.
And it's what?
Growing.
Is it?
Yeah, space is constantly expanding.
Expanding.
Faster than the speed of light.
My head's going to burst when I think about that, so we'll get the Cinco first.
The shooting star. Classic. One of the first things you notice as a kid, you look up at the sky and you see a little white dart just going that way.
Yeah. I
And
haven't
that's
seen
just
one
classic.
in a long time.
Yeah, just a classic, just the shooting star, number 5.
Very racist way to refer to the Giants quarterback, but
Number 4.
Number 4, the orange or blood moon. Totally throws you off a little bit. Now, this always takes you back. You look up at night, and again, it only happens during a total lunar eclipse, and this is where the sun, earth, and the moon line up in a straight line, and that little hinge, that little twinge, if
Why
that's
is
a
that?
word.
Why is that?
Well, it's reflecting of the sun. That's why.
Yeah. What color is the sun?
I mean, in theory, it's orange. It's fire.
No.
Yeah.
Sun. It's a star. It's
a
white.
star. Right.
The sun is white.
flares.
The sun is white. We see it as yellow / orange because of our atmosphere.
Oh.
The atmospheric gases.
I guess. I don't think we're any better for this now at this point.
Number 3.
Number 3, the UFO. Or if you're lucky, or now
That's not a space event.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. Or now it's technically called a UAP. And Shaun, do you know what a UAP is? Because UFO, you can't call it a UFO anymore.
UAP is an unidentified adjacent project.
Aerial phenomena.
No, it's actually an unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Anomalous.
Anomalous phenomena.
Anomalous.
Yeah,
I
that's
always thought it was aerial.
It used to be aerial. They took it away and they put anomalous there now.
Right.
So, and Jen, that's something, and that is a space event, by the way, because you don't know what you're looking at up there.
By the way, I heard a Neil deGrasse Tyson idea about UFOs and aliens. If they were here, they're not. We might be the only planet with life in the solar system. Definitely in the solar system, maybe in the whole universe. If they did land here, they probably landed in the ocean.
Landed in the ocean?
Yeah, 70% of our...
Do you think they drowned or they became octopuses?
This is a...
Maybe.
By the way, love Neil deGrasse Tyson. I went to 2 of his talks at random college. Awesome. And this is why, spoiler alert, at the end of Cloverfield, you see the monster land. Where did he land?
The water.
The water.
It's true.
We know less about the water than we know about our own planet.
That 100%.
The ocean, I should say.
And yet we go in it.
Well,
Number 2.
It's very scary, Cinco, right now.
Yeah. Number 2 is the eclipse. Whether it be a solar or lunar, you're looking up, and just the fact that this one thing you're used to, the sun, if it's out, being bright, being there, and then it just goes to a partial darkness, and possibly even a fully covered sun, it does take your breath away. It does like, wow, I can't believe that's happening. Like, what's going on?
It's all about the rotation, by the way, with the moon and the sun, just so you guys know.
Number one.
And number one for me is an asteroid, comet, meteor. If you're able to
Isn't that a shooting star?
No, well,
you tell him.
No,
Tiki.
because a meteor, a comet. I mean, they're all everything's a star, but specifically an asteroid, comet, meteor, because we get a glimpse of what the dinosaurs might have seen before their untimely demise occurred. Like we get a viewpoint of that. And we've seen many videos. There was one in Russia, I believe, 2 or 3 years ago, of a meteor land.
Yeah.
You saw the meteor come across the sky on the traffic on the guy's camera thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, except,
and there's nothing
if it hit you.
Well, of course, but you can get hit by anything.
Huh. Interesting. Well, good list. I still don't like the UFO being at 3.
Right.
But there is a lot going on with space. Now, Tiki, before we get into your calls, I do want to get your thoughts on the actual cosmic triple header here.
Mm-hmm.
So I've also been told by weather sources close to the project is we're only getting the 10% of the eclipse here, so don't expect that much darkness, if any. Swaths of Greenland, Iceland, and Spain will be treated to a cosmic triple whammy Wednesday, which is the total solar eclipse, a planetary parade, and a Perseid meteor showers peak will all be visible across a 180-mile-wide corridor stretching from northeast Greenland to the western reaches of Iceland and almost straight across Spain. What the hell does that mean?
So the parade is just all the planets are lined up, and so because it'll be darker. So there's not as much light pollution.
So you'll see all the planets.
You won't see them, but you'll see them in a line because obviously the sunlight is still reflecting on the planet, so you'll see them.
It'll just look like 7 stars in a row or something?
Yeah. So it's actually going to be pretty cool.
Okay.
But we won't see it. Now, Greenland is mostly uninhabited. It's the ice continent.
Right.
So
Iceland has green. Greenland has ice.
That's correct.
That?
And so how it's getting into Spain is confusing to me.
Because Spain's down lower, right?
It is. Obviously it is. But so why are we not seeing this in like the United Kingdom? It's just weird.
You're asking me to combine geography with space, and let's just be real. You're lucky you got to take from the other Ryan
I can see why. Now I know why. Because of the tilt of the Earth.
Okay.
We're on a tilted axis, obviously.
And just a heads up, the 6 planets that are aligned, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus.
Uranus.
You're looking for the punchline there?
No.
Bend over and I'll show you.
There's no punchline. Uranus.
Uranus. He missed it. He completely missed that.
No, I understood, but I'm sticking with my guns. It's pronounced Uranus.
Oh, my God. All right. And what's going on with the meteor shower now with this?
It's just you could see them.
All right. So you see meteors, you see planets. I guess that's cool. I will say this. I poo-pooed it a couple years ago when we had the eclipse, and Tiki was so geeked up. So I got sent out there with Gallo, and I was on the phone, and you could tell Tiki was just like, he was like a cat scratching against the thing. He had to come down. He came down.
We had the glasses, too. I think they gave us the glasses that day.
And I got to be honest, man, watching Tiki watch an eclipse was one of the coolest things that I've ever done since working here because you see how much you really appreciate space. So I wish Tiki was in Greenland today that he could appreciate this parade, but we're going to have to settle for 10% in New York City, which honestly might just feel like slight wildfire smoke.
Right. It's like, is that a cloud?
Yeah. So there you go. Big space day. And now when you say space is expanding, I'm scared to ask this question. Does that mean like new stars and planets are born every day?
No. It's just the distance between planet, like celestial objects, is just expanding. That the space in between is expanding because the solar system is not our solar system, but the universe is continually expanding from the Big Bang. At some point, we believed that there would be contraction, but that's not proving to be the case. It's still expanding. In fact, at a certain time, long after generations from now, the observable universe will be smaller. Like we won't be able to see celestial objects. And I don't know, say 1 million or 5 million years from now, if life on Earth still exists, you might not be able to see anything outside of what's in our solar system.
So, I mean, out of risk of losing you for the next hour and 10 minutes, I'll end with this question. Does that mean, in fact, by the day, it is becoming even harder for aliens to get here?
Yes.
Because the further away we get with space expanding, the harder it gets.
The less likely it is that if an alien race even exists.
I mean, and that's if they're not already here.
Yeah.
And as octopus.
Like the fact that we have life on Earth is it's just infinitesimally small, that all the things that needed to happen for life on Earth to happen.
And yet the Jets can't find a franchise quarterback.
You might be able to find aliens that are bacteria, but being able to find a complex organism on another planet outside of our solar, it's small.
So there could be an alien living in a petri dish? Is that what you're saying?
Not a petri dish. It's probably just living on the surface in some goopy,
soupy
Right, but
planet.
again, I think if people think alien is they're going to be like another form like us.
It could just be
alien bacteria, just one that's not used to Earth.
Yeah, it's one of the big flaws in science fiction is that we make aliens humanoid. Like they have two arms and two legs and their form. Some people will say the best alien movie is The Blob.
Because it's formless.
It's just a blob. It's just nothing, which probably is what aliens are.
Sounds like a lot like my app mentions. Jake in Rhode Island. Jake, what's up?
What up, Jake?
Hey, how we doing, guys?
All's good.
Hey, Tiki, this one's big. This is big for you right here. One, I wanted to call in and talk about Cade Klubnik, and two, I wanted to let you know that I think Virginia actually does have a really good quarterback. I watch a lot of college football.
Right.
So you guys got me excited about this Klubnik stuff. I was actually at the Pinstripe Bowl when he played this year against Penn State at Yankee Stadium, and that's a really interesting game, Tiki, if you want to go back and watch.
Yeah.
It'll tell you I wasn't too impressed with him, but there's some throws throughout that game that I was like that seemed like, pretty had gutsy to it, but like he was thoroughly outplayed by Ethan Grunkenmeyer, who's the new Virginia Tech quarterback.
Yeah.
And I watched his tape against Texas in that playoff game. After that game, I remember going back and being like, because I remember Klubnik being really good, and he had that 1 year where they went to the playoffs. And man, I mean, I don't see it. I don't think he's that guy. I think his ceiling is more like a Baker Mayfield type.
Maybe.
I don't know if he could be that good.
And that's not horrible, but so I think with Cade Klubnik, he can make the throws. He's confident to make the throws. It's kind of what we were talking about with J.J. McCarthy. He's going to be in the right system where he learns how to be an NFL quarterback and the complexities that come with that. And maybe he will, maybe he won't. But he's a developmental project. Let's just face it for what it really is. When you're drafted in the fourth round, that's what you are. Mm-hmm. You're not guaranteed to be a starter. You have to earn it more so than if you're a second or first round pick. And I had high hopes. This first training camp is not showing me that.
No.
But you also know how I feel about rookies.
They suck.
they don't get it yet.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault because how could they get it?
Yeah.
Certain guys do. You know this because I've talked about this many. Jeremy Shockey was one of the few rookies that I played with that just got it. Practice one, game one,
Hall of Fame
game. He's trucking dudes. It's just, dude, this guy is physically a difference maker, and he was prepared for it. He did that interview with Shannon Sharp, and it's such a revealing interview because even in real time, knowing him like I did, I didn't think about how he prepared for becoming an NFL player, and the fact that he had all the success he did was because of that preparation. And I'm not just talking about on the field; I'm talking about everything around the field, off the field as well. And so, quarterbacks, it's 10 times that, maybe even 20 times that, because of everything you have to know. Now, speaking of UVA, I'm excited for their young quarterback. He's not young; he's been around for a while. He was at Penn State. Bo Pribula, who got named the starting quarterback for UVA. James Franklin, who's now the head coach at Virginia Tech, speaks very highly of him. So I'm excited. Chandler Morris was our quarterback last year. Took us to heights that we haven't seen in a decade at Virginia. But it's always about quarterbacks.
That's it.
And if you have a good quarterback in college, you have a chance to win.
Got to get Virginia back in that playoff. Kind of choked it away last year.
We choked it away. We lost to Duke at the end of the regular season, which it annoyed me more than it, because we should have owned Duke.
You can't approach the ACC championship game with a cavalier attitude, Tiki.
That quarterback, by the way, what's his name?
The Duke kid?
Yeah, he's at Miami now.
Yes.
I'm forgetting his name now.
But it'll be in our face in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Joe in Staten Island. Joe, what's up?
If you want to guarantee a fanny in every seat for all Timers games going forward, all you got to do is promise them a legend or Hall of Famer bobblehead. And they have to be.
Good point.
They got to be in the seats.
That's a good
one. They got to be in the seats before the ceremony starts.
Joe, you're right.
That's a good.
Yeah, I agree. Yogi Berra dressed as a K-pop demon hunter bobblehead, and they will all be in there.
Or Yogi Berra just as Yoda.
Yoda, I like it. And have it on May the 5th. We could do that. But in all seriousness, it is a good point because the Yankees rely on the fact that Old Timers Day is kind of like the giveaway to see the players. No.
Yeah.
The giveaway is the giveaway. And we are all of us, let's be honest, we're all guilty. When we see a good giveaway, ooh, I can get the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in. So Hall of Fame bobblehead, I don't mind that at all. All right. Calls on aliens, the Yankees, the Giants, the Jets, and, the Giant situation I want to break down with Tiki Barber as well when we get back. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash here on The Fan. And Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey with new locations opening at Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Wherever you are on your journey, they are there to help you move forward. They are the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today or call 855-321-ORTHO.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
For some strange reason, Golden State Warriors general manager Mike Dunleavy spoke publicly about the possibility that Steph Curry could demand a trade out of the Bay Area. Dunleavy did say he believes Curry wants to finish his career with the Warriors. If you're Mike Dunleavy, why would you even say this out loud? Why tempt fate? The Warriors can't win the title this year. Steph Curry surely knows it. What if he does demand a trade? I'm Nick Costos.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Don't waste time looking for the lowest price on Bridgestone tires. Because when it comes to Bridgestone tires, nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. That's right, you get the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, the most free services for life on your new Bridgestone tires. Town Fair Tire is the area's largest discount tire dealer with over 125 locations. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on a black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
In Las Vegas, high stakes reveal real identity. Rolly Romero proved the doubters wrong in Times Square. And now he guards the crown. Teofimo Lopez is risking it all to prove he's still elite. 2 world-class champions on a collision course when second place isn't an option. The moment of truth arrives. Saturday, August 22nd. Watch on DAZN and DAZN on Prime Video.
What an atmosphere tonight. The stands are packed. Down here, 2 fans side by side, both holding a Heineken. Promising start. The chant begins. Listen to that. Perfect sync. Corner coming in. They lean forward together and goal! Arms up. They cheers. Wait, that's a hug. That's a hug. Let's check the replay. Yes, 2 strangers at kickoff. Friends by full time.
Fans have more friends. Find yours in the stands. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
It's Evan and Tiki. Look at me. I'm a little ahead.
I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got
wrong words. Either way, it's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. Don't get me singing, because then it's not good for anybody. I don't have the voice McMonagle does. Anthony Gallo just popped in. Fresh off a Disney World trip. Nice to see him back. He's rumbling around the bullpen. Ready for that Carton show coming up. Speaking of Gallo, because he was just in Disney, got me reminded because I was watching him again on Instagram. Tiki, you familiar with the plus-size park hoppers?
What is that?
Let me tell you something.
I don't know what that is.
So it is a group of
park hoppers.
Okay, I'm going to say it's not offensive because they put themselves out there as the plus size park. It's fat people, extremely. You know, if you've ever seen My 600-Pound Life, it's a couple very big gals,
right?
Okay, and they go to different theme parks. A lot of times Disney. And they kind of film themselves trying the foods and the rides and what rides they could fit on and can't fit on. I don't know, man. I got to say, they are funny.
I saw a belly.
They're funny. They know what they are. They're not out there to shoot themselves full of Ozempic.
Fat.
They want to be fat, not fit and Tron, and eat some food. I wanted to ask Gallo if he saw the plus size park hoppers with that. You follow them on Instagram. I'm telling you, they're a hoot. They're a hoot. There's some big gals, but they're a hoot. They are funny.
Why were they at Disney? Is that
they're oftentimes at Disney? And I was just watching something, and then Gallo walked in, and I knew he had just gone to Disney.
Right.
And when I've gone to Disney twice this year. It was kind of one of my goals, but can I find the park-size the plus-size park hoppers? They're a good time. They are not as frustrating as the Yankee offense, that's for sure. Anywho, before we get back to your calls at 888-808-1019, Giants are making an interesting choice here, Tiki. And by choice, I mean a visit. They are having Terrion Arnold come in for a visit, the former first-round pick of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I remember we talked about this about a month ago or so.
Yeah.
A little less than a month ago after he got in all that trouble, he got released by the Detroit Lions. Still has a pending legal
charge
situation.
So for those who maybe don't remember or trying to misremember, I'll kind of cliff notes this as much as possible. Allegedly, Terrion Arnold had some items stolen from him.
Yeah.
And he may or may not have allegedly had friends kidnap the person or people responsible for stealing such items to get them back.
One of them was like his driver or
yeah, they're all associated. And there are text messages from allegedly Terrion Arnold to the two people that did the kidnapping, in which they refer to the person texting them as TA, tell them they took care of it, and it is just this whole jumbled mess, and it's a big pending legal matter, and it's certainly not good. Let's say that. It's certainly not good, but there's also, and again, I'm not a legal guy. The most legal I get is I watch Law and Order and or Lincoln Lawyer, and I hope I figure out a case from there. There is at least enough breadcrumbs there that is there enough concrete evidence that he's getting jail time? No, but if he does, it could be bad.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's going to get pled out.
Okay,
right?
And that's what I was going to get to next. It feels like a plead out is coming of some sort.
Right.
Without having any knowledge of that court system, just knowledge of the fact that his agent and teams are agreeing to see him, I kind of am jumping to the assumption we're not going to see Terrion Arnold in jail during the NFL season.
Yeah, but there also might be an NFL suspension. That's the thing you got to keep an eye out for.
And we've had plenty of cases of that, of where a legal matter may get settled and or dropped, but yet the player is still suspended. Zeke Elliott comes to mind with that. But yes. So anyway, the Giants are bringing him for a visit. He was on Hard Knocks last night. They videoed him in his visit with the Seattle Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
The Houston Texans have also met with him. And the Miami Dolphins have met with him, and now he's meeting with the New York Giants. So this caused like kind of a big social media kerfuffle and debate last night, Tiki, in terms of the morality and everything that goes into it. So there's a football side of this and there's a morality side of this, and I want to get your take on both. First, the football side of it would just be this. I kind of think that the legal issues and what Terrion Arnold got into have made people either forget or not realize that Terrion Arnold last year got benched in Detroit. And was trending the way of Deonte Banks here in terms of first-round bust of a cornerback. So the football of it would be, he may just not be a very good cornerback, and the first 2 years in Detroit could be proof of that. Now, does that mean he can't get into the Denard Wilson system and not be whatever? But, look, clearly Seattle, who has a great defense, and Houston, who has an even better defense, both had him in for a visit. So if those teams who identify as great defensive teams are bringing him for a visit, as much as the football wasn't great, they clearly think that maybe they could tap into something.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick, so you know that the talent is there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of realizing it on an NFL level, not being a liability as a defensive back. With that being said, we know why this is being talked about with the Jets, because he was in Detroit and his defensive coordinator was Aaron Glenn.
Right.
And so it's not like a trust from Aaron Glenn, but it's a familiarity that might create an opportunity for him.
Right.
Now obviously, he's got to clear all his legal stuff, but if he does, there's nothing wrong with kicking the tires.
No, and I think with the Jets, it would make a lot of sense with Aaron Glenn, but for the Giants to be looking at him, it scares me about this cornerback room, Tiki, because, look, let's be real. With all the Giant optimism that exists out there, close games, coach-quarterback combo, Dart taking the next step, Malik Neighbors being healthy, bringing in Arvell Reese and Abdul Carter taking this. You stare at that Giants secondary right now and you go, if the Giants are not going to be a good team this year, it's probably because their secondary is blowing coverages left and right. And I don't like the idea that Paulson Adebo, they paid a lot of money to last year, who was fairly good before he got hurt in Denver, and that's when everything really fell apart, is now sitting here battling with Deonte Banks for a starting job, and Greg Newsome, who wasn't very good in Jacksonville, might be the other starter, and Colton Hood, you're not trying to rush. Like, it could sort itself out, and obviously you hope that the end-all, be-all answer is by the end of the year, Colton Hood emerges as a really great cornerback for this team, but he's a rookie, and we know how you feel about rookies. The fact that we're in this position with these names at corner that the Giants need to look at Terry and Arnold feels kind of alarming to me about the cornerback position.
It just tells you that they're not sold on what's there right now. Now, Paul Sandibo, who's a big corner, has every chance to have a bounce back from his first year here. Now, he's coming off an injury the year before. What did he break? His femur? He broke a bone in his leg. I forget what it was.
The Saints, yes.
But he needs to live up to the free agency acquisition that the Giants invested in him a year ago. And then it's all question marks. Like Greg Newsome, is it Deonte Banks, who by all accounts has had a pretty good training camp?
Yeah, unless that's a sign of the Giants receiving core he's been going against.
Well, it could be, but Colton Hood is a rookie, as you mentioned. Drew Phillips is locked in-ish.
But he's been hurt.
As a slot, but he's been hurt. That's my point. And so you're not looking at the corner. Like if you look at all the rooms, you look at the tight end room, it's been pretty good. Thomas Fidoni's actually having a pretty good training camp. The running back room feels okay, even though you're starting to hear some noise that maybe, I know Dan Duggan put something out today about the Giants possibly looking to trade for a running back, maybe James Conner, whoever that might be.
Okay.
Wide receiver room feels like it's shaky, but it's okay. Offensive line is obviously big and strong, good. But so if you're looking at all the individual rooms, the one that has the biggest question mark is the cornerback room.
Correct.
And I think good coaches and organizations, they're always trying to upgrade. You might think this is what we have, but come training camp, it's who's going to become available.
Correct.
Right. And he's available now, but who's going to get cut? Who's going to be a cap casualty? A good corner, and this happens every year with every position. Good players end up on the street after training camp because there's just not room. They're not part of the future for that specific team. So the Giants responsibly need to do this.
Yeah,
they have to because it's been the question before the offseason. It was the question. The draft, it was still a question, even though you drafted Colton Hood. And now that you're 2 weeks in the training camp, it's still a question.
Major question. And it worries me. It does, because it would be a shame to have all this momentum build up and then look at one position group and have it basically completely cost you a season. So I say this to say I'm not going to get overly excited if they sign Terry Arnold. First of all, who knows what the suspension would be. But also, I didn't trust the football. But look, I'm going to trust John Harbaugh and Denard Wilson if they sign him. As far as the morality part of this goes, maybe I'm going to sound like a bad guy here, but I mean, haven't we gone way past this now at this point in the NFL? Look, you're having 53 guys on a roster. You're not going to have 53 choir guys. I mean, let's just be honest about it.
Right. And this sounds like an immature, emotional decision that he made.
Correct.
Because he was pissed that whatever amount of money, value, and jewelry or whatever the heck was stolen. Well, he made a bad decision regarding it. He should have just called the police and let them investigate it and figure it out. Instead, he took it into his own hands, and it's alarming from an off-field standpoint, but it shouldn't be terminal to his career.
Exactly my point. And by the way, people are allowed to make mistakes, bad ones, learn from them, be better as human beings and better as players. I mean, and look, Giants past and present, you could Google some of these guys' names. The Giants, are no stranger to picking up somebody with a checkered past. So it's not like they're above it. And as far as these other teams that do it, here's why. The other reason I'm not above the morality part of this. Tiki, Jalen Carter, probably not a great guy. Okay? Jalen Carter comes out of the draft, and because of his checkered problem, team after team passed on him, and there are the Philadelphia Eagles rubbing their hands together. They go, no, we'll take him and deal with the problems. He's the best defensive player on a Super Bowl champion. The Kansas City Chiefs, they employed Tyreek Hill and Rashee Rice. Probably not great guys off the field with some legal issues. Guess what they do?
Right.
Win Super Bowls.
Right. The thing you have to do is, if you bring in a guy like this, is you have to be on top of him.
Yep.
You have to have constant checks and balances with a guy like that, and it's not about policing him or monitoring him like 1984, but you're just making sure that he's making the right decisions and that he's empowered to feel like this job, being on an NFL team, is more important than any of the nonsense you're going to think about doing off the field.
Without a question. And look, if the Giants make this move, am I running to buy my kids a Terry and Arnold jersey? No. But I'm also not going to sit there and go, you can't possibly sign this guy. Look what he did. What a bad guy. Only to have the Philadelphia Eagles, whoever signed him, and then it comes back to haunt us. We beat him. The Giants have a head coach in place that if he feels this is the right move and he can handle it, it's refreshing to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I trust John Harbaugh, the CEO, to handle everything. So to me, you sign a guy who has some kind of checkered thing going on, I'm going to live with it because guess what? If you don't, some other team is, and they'll probably be better for it.
Yeah. You got to constantly try to make your team better.
That's exactly right. 888-808-1019. John in Clearwater, Florida. John, what's up?
Hey, John.
Guys, how you doing today?
All's well.
Great. I want to talk about Jazz, okay? He has more talent than, I think, a lot of people. One of the best talented players I've ever seen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm 54. I grew up watching, Thurman Munson, Pete Rose. My college coaches, between them, had like 20 years of minor league experience. I was groomed to play baseball a certain way, okay? And Jazz kind of plays like he's playing Sunday softball, full-pitch softball.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically, his at-bats, his approaches, at-bats, and just plays in the field like the ones last night. He was just like, I'm not sure if he's actually mentally ready, and
well, he's got to be mentally ready. I think the question is he taking it seriously enough? Right?
That's a better way to put it.
And I think with Jazz, and again, we're psychoanalyzing Jazz without really knowing him. He wants it to be fun. Like baseball, it's a kid game. Like we say this about all the sports.
And it should be. You should want it to be fun.
100%. You should have fun doing it. But if that's gonna be the outward expression that you're putting to the fan bases or even the team, you better be good. Like if you're good, then you can have a lot of fun.
Right, then nobody cares when you're sucking on a lollipop.
Right, you got to focus in on being good first.
It's definitely I think it's a lack of focus more than because Jazz is clearly a good player.
No, there's no doubt about it.
He's had enough good moments. And by the way, he can't not be mentally prepared if he's leading the league in home runs in the 8th inning or later to take leads. So at some point you're mentally prepared, but look, baseball could be a slog, and I think Jazz does want to have fun, and I think sometimes when the game just gets monotonous from him, I do think he loses focus, and I think that happens every once in a while on the field when it's a double clutch. You see the moment last night, and it's just, or it gets caught like he does the thing last night. He finally wins a challenge, taps on his helmet, I'm like, here we go, Jazz challenge. He wins it, and he's caught napping at first base. He gets picked off. It's like, how does that happen?
Right.
It's what's frustrating about Jazz. Here's the difference. When Anthony Volpe frustrates you, you think he stinks. Why Jazz pisses you off is he doesn't stink.
Yeah.
And that's why it's even more egregious.
Yeah, he's not maximizing his talent.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we know you're good.
Yeah,
what are you doing? And that's what drives you nuts about Jazz. I still like him as a player, but look, I'm getting a little more cutthroat now. They've added Luis Garcia Jr. Go back on the Odyssey app, rewind to the first hour. If they got Stanton, Judge, Bellinger all back and rolling, I don't know how you don't look at a guy who wasn't good at second base but played a lot of second base last year and not give him reps there now so you're prepared to play your best bats in October. I owe Jazz nothing if I'm the Yankees. And if this continues for the next month and a half, I want my best bats in the lineup.
You almost have to be cutthroat in this regard.
You have to be.
There's an urgency every year with the Yankees to compete and hopefully win a World Series. You can't be player friendly to the point that it's costing your team.
No. This isn't hand me out participation trophies. Rick in Morristown. Rick, what's up?
What up, Rick?
So you guys mentioned there's like some kind of parade of planets or something like that today?
Yep.
Yes.
So did they mention anything about Klingons near Uranus?
Rick, I respect it, man. I respect waiting on hold through a commercial break to drop that.
Solid.
I'm going to let it sit. I learned from Craig. Don't out funny the funny. I'm going to let that sit there and we can all laugh.
You got to give him his kudos on that.
It was great. It was great. And I'm reading the thing. I'm going, Klingons? Where's he going with that? Like a sucker. Harvey in Dix Hills. Harvey, what's up?
Hey, Harvey.
How are you?
All's good.
Pretty good. Just a few things for your opinion. I learned this time of the year because I'm not in camp. I don't get to observe. And I use these lessons for future reference, okay? When it comes to linebackers, in my opinion, you'll probably disagree with me, Tiki, the linebackers are really the leaders of the team. They call the signals.
Of course.
And their versatility has become so important in terms of the development of the NFL. And the Giants have a golden opportunity with Abdul Carter and Reese to coordinate them together and with all of the functions that they do, setting the edge, covering the running back, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe you, Tiki, fill me in on some of the things that that they're going to do to coordinate it.
Yeah, I mean, look, Harvey. It's
Thanks,
a great
Harvey.
question. Appreciate your call. Like, I forgot what coach said this to me. I was doing a pre-game production meeting with a defensive coordinator, and we were talking about how your linebackers, because linebackers are usually the leaders of the team. They're the ones that have the green dot calling the defense. And I'm sure that will be the case. I don't know exactly if it's going to be Tremaine Edmonds this year, but it probably will be.
It looks like it is, yeah.
And so, like, they're in charge of a lot of things. They're in charge of getting everybody set, getting everybody in the right position, making sure that they're ready for when an offense comes out. But this defensive coordinator said to me, the problem with some of the linebackers in the game is that the running back has, in the skills of the running back, has started to outpace the skills of the linebackers.
That's funny.
And what he meant by that was, you get running backs, you used to have to just worry about going downhill, picking up 3 yards in a cloud of dust. How you combating that? Now it's, all right, you got a running back set in the game, and that guy can do a myriad of things.
Right.
He can catch passes out of the backfield,
run a wheel route,
He can do all these things. And if you don't have linebackers that can match that, first of all, recognize it, what's happening to them, and then match it athletically, you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, you look at the Bijan Robinson. I keep bringing it up only because he just got paid, and he's one of the top young running backs in the NFL right now. If you're defending against Atlanta, it's like, dude, what's he
Right.
doing?
What are we doing?
Like, how am I preventing him specifically from blowing up our defensive scheme? And good linebackers have to be able to match that. Now, the Giants have chosen this offseason to address it with size, right? It's
wingspan,
huge wingspan, big, space fillers, but they also have to be able to run.
Yeah.
Because NFL offenses are increasing, we mentioned this earlier, getting wide spread. And you do the spread, you put teams in 11 personnel because it creates space. Right? Instead of having these tight packed boxes, it's like everything's wide open and you have to cover that space. Otherwise, it's easy completions for your quarterback. Now you throw in a running back who can also, essentially operate as a wide receiver, but also as a good runner. The emphasis is on the linebacker to be able to combat that. And so linebackers do have an increasing importance in today's game. And if you have really good ones, they can cover and can tackle and aren't afraid to fill holes. They recognize things in quick fashion. You have an advantage. Like that's how defense gains a little bit of an advantage. But not every team has those guys.
Which is why I'm getting more and more excited by basically the day that Orville Reese was the Giants' pick. Of
course.
Because you just read some of the things he's doing from that linebacker position, and you realize when we all sat there with that moment of pause on draft night going, another edge rusher? It was never about an edge rusher.
No.
It was about an athletic linebacker.
Right.
To play in today's NFL. That will give you upside if you need more pass rush. But, man, I think that's the kind of guy, and Edmonds is the perfect guy to learn from who still has that athletic ability. Byron in New Jersey. Byron, what's up?
Hey, Byron.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, great. How you guys doing today?
All's well, man.
Byron, what's up?
Good. So I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. I have just one statement I'd like to say. Yeah, man, you guys are great. And one question I wanted to ask. So I listened to the show yesterday, and I heard everybody complain about the Knicks home opener and how the game is structured around LeBron coming back and the documentary, what time the game starts. But I didn't hear anybody complain about the ticket prices.
Right.
Like, I saw the ticket price. Yo, like, it's crazy. I saw like $3,000 just for, it's insane. Like, and I'm like, I'm not Tiki Barber. I don't know about the rest of the population, but those ticket prices are crazy, man.
Yeah.
I heard nobody talk about.
Yeah, I think the get-in price. If we were doing the Evan Roberts get-in price thing, I think it's over $2,000 now.
It is, but I've learned a lot from Evan about tickets, and I saw this story kind of really matriculate after we got off the air yesterday. Here's the truth: it is extremely expensive on the secondary market right now. But also remember this. The entire NBA schedule has still not come out. And by virtue, no ticket holder has their tickets yet for that. So the season ticket holders that know they bought them are posting them. You're not getting them yet. And this is the early rush of knowing, hey, will anybody take the bait on spending a ton of money because it's LeBron's first game in there?
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say that ticket prices are going to be
As
cheap.
a 76er.
Yeah. It's not to say that ticket prices are going to be cheap. But what I am saying is those secondary prices that you saw that became historical yesterday, give it a little time.
Yeah.
Because
you almost have to.
You almost have to, because a lot of what we read with the NBA Finals, oh my God, look at the get-in price for the NBA Finals. And then we got the day of the game, and those prices, for what they were, came crashing down.
Of course they did.
So this is a very hot thing. It's a banner-raising ceremony combined with the fact that LeBron James is walking in the building. Every time LeBron plays at MSG, the tickets are astronomical anyway. Now throw in the fact that you're raising a banner for a championship and you have just this colossal force. It's going to be an expensive ticket. And unfortunately, the blue-collar, person is going to have to basically, choose between whether he's buying Christmas presents or going to Knicks opening night. I understand that.
You have to wait, though.
But I also don't think it's going to cost you $3,000 to sit on the bridge if you actually waited this
time. I don't think so either, even though some of these prices you saw, I think the highest one I saw was $46,000.
Crazy.
Now, that's probably courtside, but these things they're expensive, and they're going to be expensive. But economics tells you, get in early, it'll be cheaper.
That's it.
I think what basketball has shown us over, end of last season in the playoffs and now the beginning of this season, especially with the Knicks, is being later. Is the more economically sound route to go.
You're not saving any money by jumping at this.
You're not guaranteeing yourself a chance to get in, but you're likely to pay less if you wait.
I'm sorry. If you bought tickets to Knicks opening night last night for, the thousands of dollars, if you were one of these people, you're a complete sucker because that person selling you the ticket doesn't even have their tickets yet. Like that, we don't even have a full schedule yet.
Right.
They're just trying to make their you-know-what very early on. That would be my caution. You want to do it, do what you want to do, but you're a sucker. 888-808-1019. All right, we come back. We'll continue to take your calls. I see another caller on Tiki's alien commentary. If we have another Klingon joke, I don't know if we're going to be able to continue talking aliens, folks. We'll get into that. And get you set here for another night of baseball coming up in the area. And there's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Windorama's summer savings event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in-stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New York State Thruway Authority. Imagine that your workplace is inches from traffic and a car flies by drifting because someone checked their phone. People work here. They trust you. Don't drive distracted. Funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration with a grant from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
It's a hot time in the summertime with Stateside. Meet WFAN at the Stateside Beach Bash at the Salt Shack in Babylon. The ultimate end of summer party on Long Island. Join us for a live broadcast with Evan Roberts and Shaun Morash, featuring Jerry Recco on Friday, August 28th at 10 a.m. It's an end of summer party with Stateside and the Fan broadcasting live.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Minnesota head coach Kevin O'Connell officially named Kyler Murray the starting quarterback for the upcoming season, ending a competitive training camp battle with the 2024 first-round pick J.J. McCarthy. Murray's proven dual threat athleticism and quick grasp of the playbook secured him the top role, while McCarthy drops to the backup position, of course. I'm Addie Bates.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We are by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save $900 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Potential savings and availability varies by state.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for just $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious, too? Because it is. It's a full breakfast, a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Optimal Fibers in the house. Y'all know the number. 877-393-4448. Optimum Fiber, so fast, so fine. Got another provider leaving behind. Come on, everybody, let's get online. $30 a month, gonna blow your mind. 5 whole years, don't hesitate. Lock it in now before it's too late. 877-393-4448. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
If you're tired of dealing with dummies every time you shop for a car, I get it. All the games they play, the back and forth, it's brutal. Well, the team over at Route 22 Toyota seem to have it figured out. They're real people who have made the entire process of buying a car simple and that smart. Plus, they're easy to get to, right on Route 22 in Hillside, New Jersey, and they're always on the money with incredible deals on their huge selection of new and used Toyota. So remember, if you're tired of dealing with dummies, get over to Route 22 Toyota and experience the smart way to buy your next vehicle.
Hey Yankees fans, head out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 22nd for a very special giveaway. It's Hello Kitty Yankees Bobblehead Day. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a Hello Kitty Yankees bobblehead. Don't miss the Yankees taking on their division rivals, the Blue Jays, Saturday, August 22nd at Yankee Stadium for Hello Kitty Yankees Bobblehead Day. Get your tickets now at yankees.com/tickets.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. The best time to recommit to your gut health goals? Right now. Take charge of your gut with Nature Made. Our clinically studied ingredients support digestive health. Digestive enzymes break down nutrients. Probiotic and prebiotic fiber nourish good gut bacteria. And super greens with probiotics empower daily digestive health. Try the full lineup of gut health support from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Listen weekdays to Evan and Tiki for the Call of the Day. Brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
No matter what you drive, having the right tire matters. So take control with a new set of Bridgestone tires from Town Fair Tire. You'll choose from the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires, and you'll get the Bridgestone tire you need at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services than all other tire dealers, clubs, or online sites. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, $1 small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
The conversation never stops on The Carton Show. Join Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle weekdays from 2 to 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
WFAN's Fan Focus. It's Game 2 for the Yankees and Mariners at Yankee Stadium tonight. It's Will Warren and Bryce Miller at 7 p.m. Game can be heard right here on the Fan. The Mets and Braves get going 7:15. It's a Zach Thornton night as he takes the hill against Taylor Mahle. So big game there for the Mets as they try to revamp the hot play after a 4-0 shutout last night. Also last night, Tiki, of note, because it's been a down year of late, Paul Skeens was lifted after 65 pitches. His velocity has dropped drastically. We haven't heard anything more today, but it feels like rut-row territory for Paul Skeens.
Yeah, that's a little bit scary. And we kind of saw that from the very beginning of this Major League Baseball season when the Yankees knocked them out in the first inning of that game. Now, again, that was...
The Mets.
I mean, the Mets knocked them out.
God, that feels like years ago.
It does feel like, I meant the Mets. But you saw it, and he just... It was a bad play. I forget the center fielder. He just overran a ball, and it extended the inning, and it got worse from there.
I think that was O'Neal Cruz that night.
Yeah, I think you're right. And just ultimately, it was a bad outing. It's nothing we were concerned about at the time, but for a guy who he also won back-to-back Cy Youngs, right? It just felt like
and a Pirate team that's in the mix for
it was
wild card.
worrisome then. Now it's really, really worrisome.
Very worrisome. Man, were you just saying that and remembering that the Mets and Pirates played on opening day on NBC? That game feels
it was a
ago.
disaster.
Yeah, years ago that game feels like. Another thing of note before we get back to your calls, the Eagles are a weird franchise, Tiki. Like, they're just so weird. So one of the biggest question marks coming into the season for the Eagles is about Jalen Hurts and throwing the ball. Obviously, they've gotten rid of A.J. Brown. And beyond throwing the ball, Jalen Hurts' ability to throw the ball in the middle of the field. Huge talk topic in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are today at Eagles practice, and the Eagles tweet out a video with the caption right on cue. And it's Quinyon Mitchell, who's Q, the cornerback, coming across the middle on what can only be described as a terrible pass to nobody by Jalen Hurts. And this is what I mean by the Eagles, and this is what training camp's weird or a weird franchise. They are using this to hype up corner Quinyon Mitchell.
Of course.
But what they're doing
is creating concern.
Yeah, they're feeding the sharks in Philadelphia and all of us who are hoping for the Eagle demise exactly what I want to see, which is Jalen Hurts not getting any better at throwing the ball in the middle. Look at this. And they tweet this out like it's a celebratory play. This is the throw. Here comes Quinyon Mitchell. It's a bad throw.
Yeah, it's a kind of a late throw by Jalen Hurts, and if you are going to make that, it's got to be. He did put it low.
Yeah.
But it just didn't get there in time.
And look, here's the thing. When it comes to social media and training camp, it is a practice. I know we got a Geno Smith yesterday.
Yeah. Maybe it's just kind of making people think, well, Jalen Hurts is going to have a bad year when actually he's having a great camp.
But they're getting crushed for this. They are getting crushed for this by everybody in the football business going, why would you put this out there publicly just to cause controversy? Did Quinyon Mitchell need that kind of pump up?
No, of course not.
So here's where I'm at now. I've seen enough in training camp. He's QB4 in the NFC. So we got Dart, we got Jaden Daniels, we got Dak. Enjoy that.
One freaking play. Stop your Eagles hate.
I want it all. All right, 888-808-1009. Frank on Long Island. Frank, what's up?
Hey, Frank.
Hey, guys. All right, this is not the reason I called, but I just wanted to say this kid the Giants are bringing in, the thing that he's accused of doing is exactly what sent LJ to prison.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's exactly right.
And the reason I called is, Tiki, if you're into space, if you don't have it already, you got to get the Skyview app because it's just so cool.
Oh, I don't have that.
So what does it do for you?
Yeah, you get the app on your phone. You put the app on your phone, you open it up, and you just point the back of your phone to the sky, and it gives you a picture of the constellations, the moon,
that is
planets,
cool.
and it gives you a real visual.
Okay, so instead of what you miss with the naked
that.
eye, it gives you that. Okay, so similar to when we had that big Northern Lights sighting here.
I see it.
And then you could only see it through your phone? Okay, so now you've gotten Tiki down his rabbit hole. So what, you pointed up at the sky and basically it shows you what you can't see with your own eyes?
Yeah, it shows the constellations or what celestial object is there that you can or maybe can't see.
Can I ask a question? Well, I'm going to ask it anyway. How do we know for sure that's real and the app's not just making it up?
I mean, it could be, but it's still kind of cool.
Because that would imply that your phone has technology.
It does.
Does it, though?
Like geolocation technology?
Geolocation?
Of course.
Oh, so that's what it's using it off
Yes.
of. It's telling you what a satellite sees from that geolocation.
No. It's telling you what's there based on where your phone is pointed. And we know that it's there because
okay,
so the geolocation on your phone is
right. Even though we're seeing light that's from millions of years ago,
I'm sorry.
It's we know it's at that section of the sky.
I interpreted what he meant as if like your phone camera was taking a picture.
Oh no. I think it's just it's not predicting, but it's showing you what's there even though you can't see it.
Okay, well that is cool.
Right, so I guess if like Orion's belt is in the sky but you can't see it,
yeah, because there's too much light. There's too much light.
Too much light. You will see on your phone Orion's belt.
Okay, where it would be located and all that kind of stuff.
Correct. Do you know what Orion's belt is?
Wouldn't it move with it? Yes. That's the belt at the end of the Big Dipper. Correct?
Orion's belt. I don't know astrology.
It's the handle of the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper?
I believe it's the I think you're right the first time.
Why did you ask me if you didn't know? You guys, you're making me look like the idiot. Does anybody know? It's a belt.
I don't know astrology.
So Orion is a man, and he has a belt, and the belt holds out to the Dipper.
I'll tell you.
All right, Big Dipper, Little Dipper. I know that. All I know is I feel like those 3 stars in a row are the only 3 stars I ever see from Long Island. I'm like, oh, there's the belt again. It's probably just 3 other stars in a row randomly. Bob, at Astoria. Bob, what's up?
Yes. Thank God I came at the perfect time. Orion's belt is in the middle of the constellation. It sits on the equator in the sky. Your phone knows where it is from its internal compass.
Right.
Okay, but is it on the Big Dipper or Little Dipper?
I don't
Neither one has anything to do with it.
I think you're right.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, I think
totally irrelevant.
No, you're right, Rob.
Orion has nothing to do with the big. I'm a lifelong astronomer. I know all this stuff. I actually do.
Wow, nice.
That's not why I called. But that's the answer for you.
Thank you.
The reason I called is to expand on Tiki's comment earlier about aliens and why we don't have aliens on Earth.
Go ahead.
It could be a blob. They could be something else. There's 2 reasons. Number one, you talk about astronomical ticket prices, and they are, but astronomical distances are far, far, far longer. The fastest thing we've ever made is the Voyager spacecraft.
Nope, that's not true. That's not true. Which
one's faster?
Parker Space Probe.
Is that one faster?
Yeah, because it got sucked into the gravity of the sun. It crashed into the sun, taking pictures of the sun. But yes, you're right. It was what you said before. But it's now the Parker Space Probe.
All right. Well, that being what it is, the Voyager is still going where it's going. It's not pointed to the nearest star, but it's going to take over 50,000 years to get there.
Yeah.
The distances are insane between the stars.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, even if there were aliens standing on a planet somewhere far away, looking up in the sky, there's nothing about the sun that would make them go, you know what, we should go there. Because unless you're within 100 light years of Earth, you have no idea that there's anybody even here.
That's right.
There's no reason why anybody would come here when there's thousands and thousands and thousands of stars to look at. So there's no way there's aliens here. Concluded.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
At least we settled that. I'm going to be honest with you. Rob's credibility shot, though. I mean, what did he think? He didn't even know what the fastest machine was.
Yeah, but most people don't know that it's only the fastest because it got the gravity of the sun, which is obviously massive, started pulling it faster. And
okay.
And don't be angry at Rob that he corrected you about Orion's belt.
I'm doing research. Here's the thing. I don't care ultimately, but I just want to know who taught me that one day. Because you're to blame. Because I turned on my microphone on one of the most powerful radio stations in America, and I came to the public with the information that Orion's belt was part of the handle of a dipper, and I said it so confidently, which meant I was taught that. So I want names of teachers that taught me that.
I don't know if you were taught that.
Where you think I paid attention enough to make that up?
Yeah, I mean,
somebody taught me that, and I want to know who. So if you taught at West Babylon High School from the years of 2001 to 2005, I want you to show me your curriculum.
I just heard this listening to the Star Talks yesterday that the distance between stars it's so astronomical. The closest solar system to us is Alpha Proxima Centauri, and that's like
what?
You've heard of Alpha Centauri. Right, it's a solar system that's near us. The next star is Proxima Centauri. That's 4.5 or 4.2 light years away from us. You know how far in distance a light year is?
It's a light year.
Do you know how far it is, like in miles?
No.
5.8 trillion miles.
So that's how close.
So he's saying an alien race, it's 100 light years away. That's 100 times.
They ain't coming here.
It's 100 times 20 trillion.
Tiki, I'm actually backing you on this. You've certainly taught me enough. I'm convinced. The alien thing, next time somebody tries to tell me they saw a UFO, I'm totally out on the interest on it. Yes. Make you cute movies.
You know what it is? It's a phenomena that
it's the UAP.
The U.S. or China or something created that they're testing.
They're testing,
right?
And they're like, crap, someone saw it.
Right, and I think that the key difference, as a kid, we thought UFO meant alien. UFO is just an unidentified flying object.
Yeah, it's unidentified.
So it's not technically
it could
alien.
Be a Ford blasted that takes shape in the air.
It could be a kite.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's the disconnect. Going back to teachers and what you were taught is we were taught UFO equals alien, which is not nearly true.
It ain't happening. Ross in Bergen County. Ross, what's up?
Tiki, Shaun, how's it going, guys?
All's well.
So just quick conversation, like debate I had with some of my buddies. So in 2024, three of the four top records in 2024 didn't make the postseason last year in the NFL. That was the Vikings, Lions, and Chiefs.
Oh, wow.
How many of the Patriots, Broncos, Seahawks, and Jaguars, who were the top four last season, do you think we're going to see the same scenario with this year?
So three of the top four didn't make it.
I would say two. And I'm probably going to say the Jags and the Seahawks. I could see them not making. Because think about the Seahawks, the division that they're in.
I know.
It's just a very tough division.
So my personal opinion, if you ask me right now, I think a lot of people would say the Patriots aren't going back, and I go the other way. I actually think New England's going to double up and win the division again. I think people saw the Drake May stuff in the playoffs and thought he's not a good quarterback. I think he's going to take the next step, and I think as long as you have Mike Vrabel coaching, you're fine. They got Romeo Doubs. They got A.J. Brown.
Seattle had a great defense last year.
Seattle had such a great defense that it's hard for me, usually, and you see these great defensive teams when they win those Super Bowls, like, the Ravens, things just happen. And I got to see it again from Sam Darnold. I love McDonald as a coach. I'm falling in love with him in Hard Knocks. But I think I'm with you. And as far as the Jags go, look, I got to pick them too, Tiki, because I see the upside in Jacksonville, but can that organization for once prove it to me in back-to-back years?
Yeah, and they haven't.
They don't. Not since Coughlin. No, they haven't.
Since Coughlin, they went to back-to-back AFC Championship games.
So I'm with you. And look, I'm done betting against Sean Payton.
I agree.
mean, he's shown me more than enough. I think Denver's legitimate. And if I'm picking like a Fugazi team in the AFC West, it's certainly going to be the Chargers before it's going to be Sean Payton's Broncos. So I think I'm with you.
Yeah.
Although, if you really had to give me truth serum, I'd probably lean one, and one of those other teams finds their way in. But I'm with you. I think Jags, Seattle. I'm down on Seattle. Again, push your chips to the center of the table. Show it to me again. Chris and Seacliff. Chris, what's up?
Hey, you guys. How are you?
What's
so
up,
with
dude?
the expanding space, there's a couple of things. First of all, when it comes to aliens, there's definitely aliens. I mean, there's other planets that have life on them.
Well,
they might.
but they're so far away, we'll never see them.
Well, hold on. There might be some that are not advanced, and there may be some that are advanced. There might be some where they're just amoebas growing. But here's the thing. I'm going to blow Tiki's mind right now.
Go ahead.
So Tiki says that space is expanding, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's expanding into what? Some people say that space ends. Okay, what's on the other side of that wall?
We don't know. That's an impossible question to answer because the observable universe is not even close. Yeah, that actually is the question that makes you think about your existentiality. Like,
I don't think it ends.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
Right? Why are we the only planet? And it's for some people, it's their reason for God.
Right.
It's because we're the only one. It was created specifically for us. But when you understand what it took for life to form here, for a bacteria to merge, and instead of that bacteria eating one another, it kind of became symbiotic. That was the beginning of life. But it was, millions of years ago. But here's what I say about aliens. So we know that dinosaurs existed on this planet for hundreds of millions of years, and they were advanced creatures, right? They hunted, they ate, they procreated, all those things. Hundreds of millions of years they were here. Could they have left this planet? Could a dinosaur have left this planet?
No.
Exactly. So intelligent life on a planet, and these were big animals, but imagine little tiny animals.
You're saying, okay.
Like, how do we know that advanced civilization somewhere else is actually not just dinosaurs,
right?
Or whatever, version of them they have.
Right. So for a planet to even exist that we don't even know, to make then the leap that it's somebody smarter than us.
Yeah. So many different things have to happen for a race on a specific planet like us, for humans, to be able to leave that planet.
Right.
It's not for them to exist, but for them to leave that planet.
This is Tiki Barber.
It's just, you can't fathom it.
No.
And I think enough of us don't know the creation of life. I'm not talking about from a religious standpoint, just how life was created. We don't know enough about it to think that it's replicable.
Crazy. Well, we've learned a lot today. We've learned that Aaron Glenn has matured as a head coach with Chris and C-Mac. We've learned that aliens can never get here again. We've learned that Jazz Chisholm might have to sit for Luis Garcia Jr. in the playoffs. And we learned that Paulie Rosenberg is aware of what a partial eclipse is.
Nice.
And in the end, I think we're all better for it.
But he doesn't know where Uranus is.
But bend over and he'll show you. Next, The Carton Show with Chris and C-Mac comes your way. I'll be back tomorrow leading up until Yankee baseball. The Carton Show is next. Have a good day, everybody.
Pat Boyle here to help you keep it moving.